Everybody loves Don and Mike.
It's the Don and Mike Show, and they'll say what they wish. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
I've waited all weekend to say, ladies and gentlemen, FedEx Field.
Yeah.
Stadium announcer. Here he is, Philip R.J. Hochberg.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rob Spiewak. Take it away, Rob.
Rob Spiewak.
Phil sounds happy in that tape, but he was pissed this morning.
Why?
They cut him out of the Brady Bunch movie. He's supposed to play Sam the Butcher. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Matt Elliott's grandfather's huge balls and all the ships at sea. Hey, perhaps you know them by their aliases, Commander Astar and Ricardo Mounteblonde.
Yeah.
But I know them as Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
Thank you, Rob, and hello. Thank you for listening, everybody. New episode Monday, May 22nd. Phone number, same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. 1-877-365-3636.
Yeah.
877-365-3636. That's the toll-free phone number. Well, we could start today by talking about the weekend. I had a lot of weekend stuff to tell you about, including a wonderful dinner with Ken and Ross Stevens.
You're a very brave man.
Or we could start with Larry King putting a picture of his kid in the newspaper.
Thoughtful of him.
Or we could start with Dennis Murphy going to the prom, because
There's a lot going on today.
he did go to the prom over the weekend with Cheryl.
Good.
As far as I know, everything went A-OK. We do have video, audio, and a website that we will be giving out later today that has still photographs of Dennis on his beautiful prom date.
Absolutely. The father didn't end up smacking Dennis or anything like that?
I don't think so, but we'll hear everything that happened on the date, since Dennis had both audio and video going during the entire prom.
Excellent.
You know, I guess it'd probably be more helpful to me if I could get the dinner with Ken right out of the way.
That's been on your mind. You seem like you need to purge today. That's just my opinion.
And I need my wife to call in. And I know you're probably listening now, honey, in the Connie Mobile, so call me on the Connie phone. Because my wife has a new cell phone and forgot the number.
All right.
So, honey, call me up on the hotline right now, because I don't know how else I can adequately describe the incredible bit of tension that was in the air.
Who made the date? Was this the wives?
Yeah, my wife and Ken's wife decided. It was one of those things that Frida said to me like...
It's like an extra work day. That's like going in for an extra day of work, isn't it?
She said to me like a month ago, she said, we're going to go out to eat with the Stevens. And I said, when? And she said, oh, a month from now. And it's one of those things where it was a month from now. And I said,
fine.
Okay. Hello?
Hi, my boo-boo.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Buzz. Hi, Mike. I always leave you out.
Hi.
Hi, Frida. Thanks for leaving us in.
How would you rate that dinner last night on the awkward scale?
I had a very nice time. If you want someone to join on your little bandwagon of making fun or anything else, you have to find somebody else. I had a nice time. I enjoyed my little house drinks, whatever those little things with the raspberries in them are, and I was just giddy and giggly and having a good time.
Yeah, you're a little too giddy at one point. She
I
probably
know,
doesn't...
here's the man who's the king of the martinis telling me to slow down.
Well, you were a
little house drink.
You were a little loopy after your second drink.
Well, it was a nice dinner. I came hungry, and we are the lightweight couples when it comes to drinks.
We are. I did manage to pour down 4 martinis last night at dinner, though.
You're
Right.
kidding.
And I'll tell you this, Ken stayed with me.
Did he really?
Step for step, as did his wife, Roz.
Wow.
As did my lovely Connie Honey.
No. I just had 2 of the little house drinks, which are baby things with champagne and raspberries.
Well,
But
No, let's say, my transmission is starting to fall out. I'll tell you that right now. You're starting to pass me in the
I
fast
know.
lane.
Well, listen, if ever there was an excuse to drink heavily,
Yeah, you're absolutely
it's
right.
going out to eat with Ken and Ross Stevens.
Absolutely.
A medal to the man who can do that,
Sure.
having just diet soda and coffee.
It seems to me that Ken must have felt exactly the same way, because even when dinner was over and we had coffee and the check was arriving, he requested another drink, please.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? I take it back. Ken had 5.
Whoa, man.
Ken had 5.
This is last night?
Well, it was late afternoon. We had like a 4 o'clock reservation.
Man.
I wish Ken had had his own radio show. I'd like to hear his wrap-up of the date.
Well, I think Ken had a fine time.
Yeah, well,
How could he not have had a fine time? I mean, it was once we got there, this was the dynamic of the restaurant. It started with everybody talking, but then this is why it was so tedious for me. It ended up being just 3 hours of Ken talking to me. You know how it goes that way when you're out with a couple sometimes?
Well, Ken loosens up when he's had a few cocktails, and he tends to, then he tends to all that non-talking that he does during the week. He starts talking like a blue streak.
I've already told Mike most of the stuff that Ken said yesterday that I was sworn to secrecy on, and I had to I had to promise I wouldn't repeat on the radio. But he did loosen up a little bit with some secrets.
That's good.
About some people that work here.
I think it's good to do that with the boss.
Oh,
I think it's real good.
Good luck. You can have it next time.
I don't think so.
He can be yours next time.
No, you do that. That's your thing.
Well, we had a very nice time. He treated, which we didn't anticipate.
That's terrific. Yes, that shocked us.
And Bart babysat their son, and they had a good time. I think it was lovely.
Yeah, I guess it was all right. It was just awkward. I guess yesterday about 2:30 you said to me...
Go home and go right to bed?
No, it was fine.
Really?
They weren't palm-sized martinis. They were just, your pedestrian martinis.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nowhere near that stuff we had at the Palm last week.
They were the size of a bucket.
Hey,
Yeah,
watch
the worst
it.
part was you had all those martinis, and we had dinner at like 4 in the afternoon.
Well, that's a good time. I mean, especially if it's a Sunday, that's when you want to have. If you're going to do that, that's when you want to do that.
Listen, there's no way, as I mentioned, no way to sit through dinner with the Stevenses without getting looped. There's no way. I knew as soon as we sat down. I mean, it was a little awkward when they came over to the house, but it was wonderful because we had the buffer of the kids. We had our kid and their kid, and we had our dogs and stuff, and then we left as soon as we got into Ken's car.
You all rode in the same car, too?
Yeah, when we got in the back seat of Ken's car, that's when I just started to feel the skin crawl up the back of my neck.
It's no wonder I mean, I'd do the same thing. I'd medicate, too, if I had to do that.
We arrived at the restaurant, and Ken said, we pulled up to the restaurant, it was crowded. He said, I'll drop you guys off, and I'll go park the car. And I think
It's so surreal, just picturing you with Ken. It really is.
I think Ken had expected that, the ladies would walk to the door of the restaurant, and that I would be his buddy and ride with him. Well, I said, no way. I got out of the car. I said, thanks, Jeeves. See you inside.
Absolutely.
We bust ass to get inside.
That's good. And it's just less time to spend with Ken.
Yeah, but, as it turns out, actually, it was like over 3 hours.
Really?
With Ken last night.
Oh, my God.
And thank God. Honey, were you like me? Were you worried that they were going to linger when we got home? What? Hello?
Goodbye, sweetie.
All right, goodbye. All right, well, I guess I'm speaking just for myself now, not for my wife.
So 3 hours.
3 hours, and when we arrived back at our house...
You thought they might sit down and make themselves comfortable for an evening of television watching?
While they were grabbing up Douglas's stuff, who, incidentally, I'm pretty sure is not Ken's child.
Really?
Because he's... a wonderful, handsome little boy, a bright little boy, very funny. No way he could come from Ken.
No, I don't think so.
There's no way he could come from Ken's demon seed.
Right.
So as they were getting all of his Legos and stuff together, Ken just walked into our kitchen, and now here's a nightmare. Ken Stevens just sitting down at our kitchen table. Just sitting down, making himself comfortable.
Like he was going to stay.
Yeah.
Was Roz the one that initiated everybody leaving?
Yes.
Oh, God bless her.
Ken sat down as if we were friends.
Right.
As if, I'm sure when you go out to dinner with people who are really your friends.
Sure.
And I don't mean anything against Roz. This is mainly against Ken.
Yeah. He's the boss.
When you go out to eat with someone who's your friend, when they come back to your house, you sit around the table and you might have some coffee and you might, talk a little bit. But
sure, like wanting the evening to linger, wanting it to, you're with buddies. You don't want the evening to end.
Yeah, not me.
Unlike this case where you just want to shut the door and you feel like the obligation has been taken care of.
Right.
Get out.
Right. Goodbye. Please.
Wish there were books written on how to do that. Just to guarantee, if they hadn't been inclined to leave, how you could guarantee that. Well, I'm sure an elaborate lie. I'm sorry, but the exterminators are going to be here anymore.
Well, see, the thing is, though, Frida won't go along with that.
Right.
She's the most honest person I know. And a couple of times during dinner, she kicked me when she caught me doing this. When I would just kind of try to steal a glance at my watch.
Right.
It's like, oh, my God. It's only 5:30. It's oh my God! It's only 6 o'clock. Yeah, but then I guess the funniest thing was right at the very end because we had all eaten, had coffee. The guy came with the bill, and then Ken said, "I'll have one more, please." Yeah.
And you joined him for that?
No, I did not.
Oh,
I did
really?
not. So Ken was a winner.
Maybe that says to me Ken might have been more uncomfortable. We're all very uncomfortable with Ken. I mean, I'm uncomfortable with Ken when I see him walking down a hallway.
I don't know how Roz can stay married to him, to be honest with you. I mean, the guy, he's just, he's a freak. He's like, he's an alien. He's Ken Stevens.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Did you take a nice long hot shower after he left?
Oh, immediately.
Yeah, of course.
Immediately I got out that...
with lava soap.
And I, sprayed myself with that off-bug repellent.
Absolutely. They make these little wristbands you can wear now. You could have worn them for the whole dinner, and you wouldn't get any Ken cooties on it.
Just for to open the windows.
Yeah.
Open every window in the house right now and get some Scotch Guard out for where Ken was sitting down on our kitchen table.
Our boss.
Yeah. I don't want to go through that again.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you. Okay, well, thank you for letting me get that out of my system.
That's good.
My dinner with Ken.
Everything fine? Everything went fine?
Yeah.
There were no major embarrassing moments or anything like that?
No, absolutely not.
He didn't, all of a sudden snatch a fly out of the air with his tongue or anything like that?
No, he didn't.
Betray the fact that he really is not a human life form?
Although at one point, and I know there was no way he could.
What did he eat? I'm curious to know what he ate. Do you remember?
He had, I believe, some kind of mushroom entree. Some kind of entree. Like covered with mushroom. Well, no, actually, I take
something
it back.
that someone that lives under a rock would eat.
I take it back. His mommy ordered for him.
Oh, really?
We sat there for like 40 minutes with the menus, and then the guy came over and was ready to take the order, and everybody ordered, and then they got to Ken, and Ken looked at the menu like it was something he had never seen before.
Because he was too busy, making awkward conversations.
So Roz just ordered his meal for him.
There you go. She cut his meat.
No, as a matter of fact, she said to him, "You'll have this and this and this," and he went, "Okay." You know that way he mumbled that.
Thank you, Mommy.
So then they brought his appetizer, and he took one bite of it, and he made a face. And so what she did was she switched plates with him. She said, "Okay, I knew you wouldn't like that. Here, take mine."
Yeah, it's nice to try things, Ken.
Yeah.
Way to go, little Kenny.
I don't know there's no way he could have been hip to what I was doing. At one point, about halfway through the meal, though, I was really just staring at those skin tags.
See if they were moving.
Because he was sitting directly across from me, and you don't often get a chance just to sit 3 feet away from him and really analyze the Cheech Marin look-alike that Ken Stevens is.
Yeah, you can just kind of stare when he's talking to somebody else. You can stare at Carlos the Jackal. It's amazing.
Oh, those big skin tags and stuff.
Do they move to his heartbeat?
Yes, they do. As a matter of fact, they kind of pulsate. Bum, bum, bum. All right, so that's it. That was the dinner with Ken. That's it. No more.
All right, can I thank the people at the golf tournament I played in today?
Of course.
I want to thank the people at SCAN, Northern Virginia chapter of SCAN at Stop Child Abuse Now. Kim Koch, who was over there, and also David Leary, who's the founder. Really good people. And I waved at a good friend of ours, Mr. Russ Grimm, who is the celebrity chairman of the golf
from the
tournament.
Redskins.
Just got a chance as the golf cart was moving. Hi, Russ, how are you? And he gave me that smirk that he always gives us when he sees us, because he's just like, hey, what are you up to now? You. Had a great time out there, and it's all for, Stop Child Abuse and the cycle of child abuse, so I wanted to thank those people. Had a good time. Didn't think we'd get the tournament in today, but we did, so I wanted to thank all those people out there.
Oh, we did finally get to see the movie Gladiator also this weekend.
How'd you like it?
Kicks ass. Mm-hmm. As always, there were some parts I could have cut out of the movie. There was lots too much dialogue in between the fighting.
Right.
There was a lot of this, Lord Maximus, for you must save Rome. For I must do what your father has asked me. I mean, if you took that junk out of the movie,
right.
If you just got down to just the fighting and cutting guys' heads off and smashing each other in the chest with the swords, that is one grade A MFing movie. It really is.
You talk about that dialogue, and I am very sad. Did you hear who we lost today? Yeah.
Oh, right, Arthur's butler.
Yes, John Gill. Sir John Gielgud. That's
right.
Rob. No longer with us.
That's right. You didn't know that, Rob?
No, I hadn't heard it.
Stumped you. Hey, we stumped Rob on a celebrity death.
You guys might have known, but I was the first one to say it. That's right. I was the first one to say it. We're very proud of our author. I'll alert the media. Goodbye. He was gone. That's our tribute.
There you go. Sir John Gielgud.
Dead at 96.
He was in a Roman Empire movie also, remember?
Was he really?
Caligula.
He was Caligula.
Oh, Caligula,
He's
right.
the guy that committed suicide in the bathtub by splitting his wrists.
Right. Right, Buzz Castro. Buzz wearing his Fidel Castro outfit again today.
That really does look like you ought to be with like Che Guevara.
Power to the people.
So that movie Gladiator was good.
You liked it?
I had two problems, of course, with the movie. One involving the people who run the theater.
Okay.
That, you know how when you go into a movie, that the lights are all on when you walk into a theater, and then when they start the coming attractions, they turn the lights down a notch.
They dim them, or like they put the ones on the side down.
Correct, the ones on the side. And then when the regular movie starts,
pitch black.
Then they turn off those lights. Well, it was driving me crazy. Those two lights to the left and the right
Stayed on
they stayed on.
after the movie started?
Yeah, and it was like the beginning of the movie Gladiator, the first 15 minutes, fantastic. It's like the beginning of Saving Private Ryan, where all of a sudden they just come on and like there's no dialogue. They're just guys cutting each other's heads off. And okay, I won't ruin it for you with the TPS.
I don't think it's going to ruin it. I don't think it's just. I'm excited about
the first 15 minutes are very intense.
Really intense.
Lots of great real gladiator action.
Right.
And it was just pissing me off that I could look around the theater and I could see everybody. You know, it's one of those things when you go to a movie, you want it to be an intimate experience, and I like it dark, and I wanted to get up and tell the people that they should turn the lights off, but all of this great head-cutting action was happening, so I didn't want to get up, and people were getting up constantly during this movie. It was a very tiny theater, people getting up, and I figured, well, someone must be going out to tell them this. So I went out, I guess, like around 45 minutes into the movie, when they're into this real heavy dialogue with Maximus talking to the Caesar's dad. And I go out and I walked out to the guy who was standing out there taking the tickets, and I said, "Hi, I'm in Theater 4, Gladiator."
You really? Yeah, that's type A. You really decided to do, because I know it's always
annoying.
It's always, it is, just like having a blurry screen. I've been in theaters where they've done that. It's horrible.
So I went out to the guy who's taking the tickets and said, "Hi, I'm in Theater 4, Gladiator. The lights are on." And the guy said, I said, "The lights are on. Can you turn the lights off?" And he said, "Hold on a second." He gets his walkie-talkie.
Right.
And then another one of his dumb friends comes over. Another one of these guys wearing the red movie guy, the Charlie Stossel jacket.
The lights are on.
And the guy comes over and he says, "What theater are you?" And I said, "Theater number 4." And he said, "Fine, I'll take care of it." So I went back in. I sat down. I'm watching the movie, but not really watching the movie, waiting more for this annoying light to go off.
Oh, you're dealing with slackers, though. It's not going to go off for a while.
30 more minutes go by, the light doesn't go off. I get up again, and I'm doing this thing where I'm having, excuse me, I have to make my way out of the line, and I go back out to the first guy, and I say, "Hi, do you remember me? I'm the guy that was in Theater 4 Gladiator, the lights on." The guy looking at me goes, "Huh?" You know, "You want some gum?" I mean, the guy had no idea what I was talking about. So I said, "I was out here about 30 minutes ago."
You talked to me before.
Yeah. Like the Letterman dumb guy voice, right?
You got any gum?
You got any gum? So then he gets on the walkie-talkie, and the same guy comes over. Now, the second guy that comes over, he remembers me. He says, "Hi." I said, "Hi. The lights are still on." He says, "No, they're not." I said, "Yes, they are."
Well, see, he could have done it like in the time that you left the theater.
He didn't. I said, "No, the lights are on." And he said, "No, they're not." And I said, "Yes, they are. I'm sitting right underneath the lights. They're on." And he said, "Fine. Will you show me?" And I said, "I would be more than glad to." So I take him to the back door of the theater. I open up the door. It's a real creaky-ass door, too. So, like, when I open the door, everybody turns around and looks at me, and I've already been up
Small
twice.
theater, so it's like
Very
not one of
small.
the modern theaters, so you're like pouring light into the back of the theater.
So the guy comes in, and he says very loudly, standing back in the theater, he goes, "The lights aren't on." And I said, "No, yes, they are, right there." He said, "That's mood lighting." He says this real loud. "That's mood lighting, so you could see. We never turn those lights off during the movie in this small theater."
So now you're defeated.
Yeah. So I said, "Okay."
There's nothing you can do after he says that.
I said, "Thank you." And meanwhile, he has said it loud enough
So everybody's staring.
that everybody in the theater now is looking at me.
Right.
And I have to go all the way back. We were 3 rows from the front because it was jammed. I have to go
You know what
all
that
the way
says to
back.
me? So that says to me that's something that's like some slacker somewhere along the line didn't do it, then they just decided to keep it that way. When they really, to be in a good theater, you turn all the lights off.
It's pitch black.
Pitch black. That's the way I like to watch a movie.
So then I had to make my way all the way back down to the 3rd row, and of course we're like 10 people, and I'm like, excuse me.
Right.
And there's one guy in line, and I can't fault him because I've done it myself. It was the second time that I had gotten up. This guy didn't want to move his legs to let me by him as I was walking back towards where we were sitting. So I did this thing, "Excuse me, I'm sorry. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Excuse me, I'm sorry." I get to this guy, and he's got his big knees right against the seat in front of him.
Not willing to budge.
No. And he was pretending like he was fixated on the movie.
Totally concentrating. He can see with his peripheral vision.
Like he didn't see. Well, I was standing right next to him. I said, "Excuse me. excuse me. Now, keep in mind, I'm standing up, and all the people behind me, they can't see the movie.
Do you know what you can do in that situation when somebody does that?
What?
It's worked for me before. You just take your leg back and kick him as hard as you can, right on the side of his shin. And 9 times out of 10, they will move right out of the way.
I said, excuse me. I said like 3 times, excuse me. Then he finally looked at me and he said, are you going to have to leave again? You know, and I'm defeated because, well, listen, I've said stuff like that to people out there.
Yeah, I understand.
I said, no, that's it. I'm here for the duration.
Right.
And he said, fine. And then about 40 minutes later,
Do a nice fake sneeze in his hair.
I had to pee like a racehorse. And do you know,
Is this the 4th time you've got? This is the 3rd time?
that would have been the 3rd, but I never got up for the 3rd.
Ah, good for you.
Because I was afraid to get up again and disrupt everybody in the theater.
I've never asked this. So you're people that you don't do the aisle experience. You go right into the middle?
No, we do the aisle experience.
I always sit on the aisle.
Except that there were no aisle seats available because
all right.
the theater was jam-packed.
Yeah, I told you about our theater at home. They've got 2 seats in the theater, those stadium seats, and there's 1 pair of seats in the whole theater which has nobody on your right and nobody on your left. It's just 2 seats side by side, right in the middle, and you don't have anybody around you.
That's a beautiful thing.
And it is so popular. You have to get there. We actually get there turbo early to sit in those seats. And one time we got there, we actually by accident were there 15 minutes before the movie was going to start. We walked in, and there were 2 people there, and they looked at us. And they kind of gave us a look like, oh hi. Hi, here we are eating our hot dog. They got a hot dog.
And then because I had already gotten up, twice,
Right.
in order to make the movie a more pleasurable experience for everybody.
You held your bladder?
Because I'd already had to get up twice. I held my bladder, and I didn't yell at the people behind me who were talking at absolute regular voice conversation modulation levels. This woman
That's
behind
the way
me...
you interpret it. I think we've established early on that
No.
people can be in a theater. I think, Don, it couldn't happen every time because when you're sitting in a theater, people are going,
Listen, I'm not Superman. I don't have, super hearing.
when you go in, and especially with the lights now, you probably were, it was heightened, and those people were probably saying, this is the scene in Gladiator. But in your ears, it was, this is the scene in Gladiator.
There was a woman sitting behind me going, is that his son? Is that his father? Who is that? Which guy is that?
That's the way it sounds to you.
Is he the Spaniard? Is Maximus the Spaniard? And because I had already gotten up a couple of times, I couldn't turn around.
How could you possibly enjoy a
to
film?
shoot this broad a look? I don't know. It's impossible for me to go to a movie and enjoy myself.
I understand the light thing, though. That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because, there are... I've been in theaters where they will dim it to a certain point, and then they will delay, and then it finally goes down maybe 5 minutes into the movie.
That's what I had been waiting for.
I think it's just BS, this thing about leaving those lights up. I think they were, they're just slackers that weren't ready to take care of it.
Just some kid giving me crap. Some kid who probably didn't know how to run the lights anyway.
Right.
And just figured, well, I'll just tell this guy we leave them on all the time.
Don't know where the switch is.
But I'm telling you know what we should do? We should go see Mission Impossible on Wednesday.
Okay.
And we should put it to the test of people talking in the movie.
Right.
But I guarantee you will hear people talking in the movie because I'm like the Shell No Pest strip for people talking in the movies. You want to go to Mission Impossible on Wednesday?
Can't go on Wednesday.
Why?
Therapy.
Oh, all right.
Sorry.
Okay, I
That's
forgot.
my day.
I forgot.
She switched on me this
Okay,
week.
all right.
Can't get her upset.
Well, I'd like to see that movie.
That's right. I saw the new Mission Impossible.
I've seen all the ads for it. Don't know if I believe the hype that Tom Cruise did 95% of his own stunts in the movie.
Tom Cruise is just, it's like anytime there's a movie out, you just see a lot more of Tom Cruise lately. And, they were running A Few Good Men over the weekend on cable. And it's just...
that's the plan that the movie companies have. When they have a movie that's out,
You'll see a lot more of the star.
Right. Yeah, you see, all of a sudden you see movies that you never see on cable. You see them all the time. You see, Risky Business on cable. You see Top Gun on cable.
I just can't help but just realize that Tom Cruise is one of the most overrated actors of our time. When you see all of his movies, like Eyes Wide Shut's on pay-per-view. You got A Few Good Men. You got
here's
Impossible.
here's another one they're running now on cable. Cocktail.
That's
a movie.
If you hate Tom Cruise, it's the
Watch
greatest.
Cocktail, right.
My wife seriously hates Tom Cruise more than any other. For whatever reason, he creeps her out entirely. And it's not because he's not a good-looking guy. It's because he just has this way about him, which is kind of and Cocktail is the ultimate. If you don't like Tom Cruise, that's the best movie to watch.
Well, I don't dislike Tom Cruise. I would even call myself a Tom Cruise fan. I liked Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, I love Jerry Maguire.
You know, I mean, I like most.
I can tolerate Tom Cruise, and I go to all his movies.
I like most of the movies that he's done. What I would like to know, though, is how true is this? I was watching something on MTV yesterday where they had a half-hour special with Tom Cruise,
right?
Talking to whoever the fat guy is. You know, MTV's got an awful lot of fat guys for being
God love them
for being a music video channel. They got a lot of real fat guys where they're like VJs.
I love it when Al Roker does his stint on MTV.
So they were talking to Tom Cruise, and he was saying, "Yeah, I do 95% of my own stunts in this movie."
Right.
And they showed one stunt where Tom Cruise is up on a cliff, and Tom Cruise says he is 2,000 feet in the air, and that he did have a safety belt on,
right.
But that if he was to fall, he would die. And they show you the shot, which is obviously done from a helicopter, and Tom Cruise is saying there was no blue screen, no green screen. It's me.
Wow.
Hanging on the ledge of this cliff.
Wow. They don't do that with guys like that because the insurance is too great.
Where Tom Cruise, they show the scene where he's hanging on this cliff, and he has to swing around and grab the cliff with his right. He's holding on his left, and he turns around and faces the other way and does it with his right hand. And I'm watching this, and I'm thinking, you know, this is mildly impressive if Tom Cruise really did this. But then the next scene they show is Tom Cruise jumping out of an airplane and falling to earth where at the last minute, like, a parachute opens up.
Right.
And then they show him actually doing the stunt. And then you realize that, yes, while Tom Cruise may have done his own stunts, he wasn't being 100% honest, because he said in this interview with the MTV guy, there was no blue screen and there was no green screen.
Yeah.
Well, there was in this stunt that they showed, where he's up about 50 feet in the air on a platform.
Right.
And they've got him attached like to a bungee cord. And what he does is he jumps through a hole in the ceiling and he falls, but right as he gets to the ground, he stops.
Okay.
When you watch it in the movie, they put a background in behind it, so it looks like Tom Cruise is jumping out of an airplane.
Well, what about the cliff, though?
That's my question. That's what I don't know, because they didn't
and did they show the scene of the cliff that really looks like
that looks like Tom Cruise is hanging on the cliff. Now, understand what I'm saying? Tom Cruise says, I did 95% of my stunts. They show him on this cliff. He says it's 2,000 feet. I'm impressed. Then they show him jumping out of an airplane, and in the next scene, they do it with blue screen, and then all he's really doing is jumping behind a TV weatherman background.
Right, in a big, like, soundstage.
Soundstage, yes. Where later they show the background is being filled in to look like he's jumping out of a building. So my question is, does Tom Cruise really do his stunts or not in Mission Impossible 2?
I think you probably have to go see the movie to figure it out, because you can really tell the blue screen. You know?
I have a theory that directors, sometimes when there's an actor who wants to do his own stunts, and because of the insurance thing that Mike mentioned, the director lets the actor do the stunt, but puts safety measures in place that the actor doesn't know about. So the actor thinks he's taking a bigger risk than he really is, and then he goes and tells everybody he took that big risk.
Well, what type of safety insurance could you take if Tom Cruise was on a cliff, 2,000 goddamn feet in the air, when they go back to the wide shot, and they show that there's no net under there?
Right. You just harness him so he's not going to really get hurt.
Hello, hotline.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, hello, it's Bart.
Oh, no. Hey, I was watching the show with Bart yesterday, as a matter of fact, this Tom Cruise show.
Dad.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it. I think you might be a little slow. Tom Cruise said, I don't use any blue screen on that shot.
Hey, Bart, talk with your real voice, buddy.
Yeah. What was he saying,
I'm talking
Bart?
with my real voice.
All right.
No, you're really talking like this now. What was he saying, Bart?
Oh, man.
Was that mad?
Yeah.
Was that anger?
That's anger right there.
Wow, we've never had that.
Right.
I hung up on that, Mom. I mean, he did seem to be pushing it a little bit.
Of course he was. Barty called back. Called back.
He didn't like that.
He didn't care for that.
No.
I thought he was amused when we did that. I'll stop doing that.
He's 15 and a half.
He's 15. I'm not going to bust his chops. I know when I was 15 and people do that, if there's something I didn't like, I hated it.
Although he did lay it on.
Dad, you were too slow. Here he goes.
Okay, here he is. Here's the hotline again.
Hello?
Hello?
What's he doing? Now, was that Mommy telling him to call back?
Yeah, it could be possible that was a bad sell.
Call back. Hello, Mr. Cleaver.
Mr. Cleaver.
You come down with something.
Real unexpected, Wally.
Real unexpected. Neither Beaver nor Wally will be able to attend your party. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, all right, talk in your regular voice.
I'm talking in my regular voice.
Hello? No, you're not. It
sounds a little more normal now.
You're still toning it down just a little bit.
No, I'm not.
All right, that's closer. Okay, what did you want to say, bud?
Nothing. I already said it.
No, you didn't.
Well, you're saying for that particular shot.
Yeah, for that shot, they didn't use a blue screen.
Did he say that for the shot with the cliffs?
Yeah, he said for that shot, but not for the parachute shot.
Well, didn't he say that 95% of the movie he did his own stunts with no blue screen?
No, he said 95% of the movie he did his own stunts, and for the cliff shot, he didn't use a blue screen.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess you were paying more attention than me. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Hello.
Bye.
Bye. Hey.
What?
How about some love?
I don't know. You're making fun of me.
No, come on. And you never make fun of me.
No, I don't.
Oh, please. Come on. Give me some love.
Love you.
Love you. Love you. Thank you. Bye.
There he goes.
See you tonight.
He does sound like he's going to have a deep voice, though.
He's pushing it.
But he's pushing it, but I think he's going to have...
He's pushing it. How my wife has a deeper voice than I do, so... radio voice is something I am not gifted with.
He never needed it.
No. Absolutely got by on this crappy voice my whole life. All right, so maybe Tom Cruise, I don't know. I heard what I heard, he heard what he heard.
But you kind of like Tom Cruise, but you also agree Tom Cruise can be just super jive and a lot.
Yes.
And Cocktail is Tom Cruise at his all-time pretty boy jivest.
He can be a prick.
Yeah.
You know, and he's got his hair long again for Mission Impossible, and he's doing the interview with his hair long, and while he's being interviewed on MTV, he's doing this thing that girls do, where he takes the hair and tucks it behind his ear.
Gross. His greasy hair.
Yeah, that is such a girl move. And yeah, his hair is way greasy.
And girly.
Yeah.
He's got girly hair.
But don't put me down as a Tom Cruise hater, because I'm a Tom Cruise fan, actually.
I just understand in totality Tom Cruise haters, you know, because I understand that his jive factor. It makes you kind of squirm a little bit when he's doing his thing, you know. Cocktails and dreams.
Now, Cocktail's a movie that I do hate. I really do.
But I watch it because I hate it.
Although the stuff he can do is neat in that movie.
Yeah, when he's throwing the
bottles around and the stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen bartenders that can do that. Shocker.
And you know what? Well, guess what? I have too, Mike. How about that?
There you go.
I may have seen a guy last night do that.
Wasn't there a guy that was doing that in a place that we were? Was it in Texas, maybe?
I don't know.
I don't know who remembers.
I don't know.
I don't remember anything.
You know, it's funny that Bart would call in today because over the weekend we spent part of our time going through boxes of stuff in our basement. And Frida was pulling out a box of stuff from 1983 and 1984.
Wow.
And we were looking through all this stuff. We have like old pictures of Buzz and Marcia.
Sure.
You know, I still even have that the tickets from that Packers game I made you go to.
Oh, that's great.
Back in 1983.
Ticket stubs?
Yeah, we were looking at all this crap, and she was trying to decide what we're going to keep and what we're going to throw away.
Did you keep the picture of Buzz and Marcia?
Yes, we did, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Yes, we did.
Just checking.
We did. And I kept the stupid thing from the football game.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
And one of the things that we kept that I'm going to get a little frame for is the notice from the doctor that says pregnancy.
Cool.
Positive.
That's neat.
You know, that's one of the things that we thought we had lost forever.
Oh, really? That's great. What a nice memento.
Yeah, so we have that. Then we threw away like 80-90% of the crap, and it was like typical with us that, you know, the stuff that I wanted to keep was the stuff that she didn't want to keep.
That's the way it always goes.
You know, like I wanted to keep. Buzz, do you remember Wingo in the Chicago Sun-Times?
Yes.
There's this game that they used to play in the Chicago Sun-Times called Wingo, where it was like a lottery, and every day on page 3 of the Sun-Times, they would have a picture of usually what looked like some homeless person,
right?
And it would say, you know, Rob Spiewak of Manassas, Virginia, agrees everyone's a winner with Wingo. So I campaigned to get my picture taken in a Wingo ad,
right?
And I gave them a real jive quote about it. And this is something that's been saved since 1983. And I said to Frida, "Oh, I want to keep this."
Sure.
And she says, Well,
you made it in there as Wingo?
Into Wingo, yeah, because I talked about it on the radio and said that I want to be the Wingo boy.
Right.
So finally, I got my picture. You know, Morning Man Don Geronimo says, everybody's a winner with Wingo. It was a big picture, and I gave him a dumb quote, and I pulled that out and said, I want to get a frame for this. And she threw it away.
No!
She threw it away, but fortunately, well, see, Mike, you'd have to know the magic of Wingo.
Right.
You'd have to know how goddamn annoying Wingo was to the people of Chicago. Every day in the newspaper in 1983,
Wingo.
the headline would
I love the name of it.
The headline in the paper, I mean, it could be any. It could be Reagan is shot, Pope is dead. On top of that, before that would be today's Wingo numbers.
Wingo!
And it was a real quest to get in the Wingo section.
Right. Can't we play Wingo on this show? Can you modify Wingo to the radio and we can play Wingo sometime?
Tomorrow I will bring it in because,
you saved it. Good.
Yeah, there was a second copy.
There you go.
There was a second copy later in the box.
Wingo!
Wingo! Fabulous Wingo.
I like the sound of it. Wingo!
Yeah, it was the jivest thing ever. And it was like, it was a real proud moment that I had worked myself into being the Wingo boy for the day.
Could be a food item.
And I said to her, I want to save that. And she said, absolutely not. She threw it away. Broke my heart. Then 2 minutes later, I went to the bottom of the box. Second copy of the Wingo ad.
That was the hand of God.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. What's up? You know, there's a really good movie theater you should try in D.C., Uptown on Connecticut Avenue.
Oh, it's an old theater. Uptown's been around for a million years.
Sure.
One of the greatest theaters in the world.
They completely redid it. It's got a huge screen and big sofa seats.
I'll tell you, the Uptown Theater comes to mind because it's one of my most embarrassing moments in a movie. It was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. No, it was the original Raiders of the Lost Ark. Way back when.
About the FU thing?
Yes, this is when I was when there was someone in there, and I said, "Could you be quiet, please?" And the person immediately said, "F you," and the rest of the theater cracked up. I was completely...
And you lost them, right?
I was embarrassed. It was embarrassing, disgusting. I was totally defeated. I mean, you would think that the talker would not have, I would be on the right was on my side.
Yet the talker ended up winning the crowd over.
The talker went, F you, and then everybody just went, and I was totally defeated, so I shut up.
That's what they tell the gladiator, incidentally.
Really?
Win the crowd.
Win the crowd?
Win the crowd. Win the match.
Well, we've been trying to do that for years.
Maximus. Hello, Don and Mike show. Hello.
Don and Mike, Radio God.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing? Long-time listener here.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah.
Yeah, hi.
Anyhow, hey, did you watch the TBS special last night?
What TBS special? I was glued last night. Frida and I could not...
Oh, that's right, the dinner.
No. When we got home from dinner, there were two shows on last night that were so bad. I want to devote a segment to this later. The two shows were so bad, we could not decide which was worse, yet we could not tear ourselves away from the Brady Bunch movie.
That was competing against the Paul McCartney movie.
The Linda McCartney movie.
Right.
Both of them so poorly done. Sure. Both of them so inaccurate that, we would watch the Paul McCartney movie for 10 minutes, and then I'd say, God, I'm pissed off at this. Turn this off. She turned on the Brady Bunch movie, and I go, oh, this sucks. Turn that off.
You didn't believe it when Linda went out to the college with Paul, and when they were just starting Wings, and she didn't know the chord.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, right.
So jive.
Right.
It's Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney's coming to the school to test out Linda.
Right.
Sorry, and then did you get the bad reviews?
At the very beginning, when he first meets her.
I didn't see that part.
Oh, you did see that? When she passes him her phone number, and then she doesn't see him for a year, but she's in love with him.
Right.
So she passes him the phone number, and one day she's calling her office for messages, and they say, Paul McCartney called. He's at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Right.
Now, keep in mind, they've made it through this whole thing that Linda McCartney's a single mother. She got the little girl, Heather. Well, the next scene is, I guess she just left the kid at home alone, because the next scene is Linda McCartney knocks on the door at the Beverly Hills Hotel. She's met Paul McCartney once at a press conference, and immediately he undresses her, and they start boning each other.
And at least they did do a reasonable job getting a guy that approximated the way Paul looked.
But let me say, the Linda was way too good looking to be Linda McCartney.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Way too good looking to be Linda.
Well, Angela Lansbury was not available. She's doing her own Murder, She Wrote special.
That is who Paul McCartney really looks like now. Is Angela Lansbury in the face, dead ringer. So we were going between that and the Brady Bunch movie.
I protested the Brady Bunch. I didn't even want to look at that because I just think they have gone to the well one too many times for the Bradys. I mean, enough. Brady, okay? It wasn't that good it really wasn't.
It was, and this movie last night was very, very poorly done.
Of course.
Very poorly done, where they showed, did anybody watch that, Rob? Did you watch it? Of course. Okay, when the Brady kids are going crazy on the Paramount lot, during the first year when they're driving around in the golf carts, they show them going to the sets of other shows and wreaking havoc. So they go on the set of Star Trek, and they pull out phasers. And when they're shooting the phasers at each other, like phaser lights coming out.
Yeah, laser light. Like they're real lasers.
So it's jive.
Yeah, and you know that certainly back in 1968...
They were wooden props,
right?
That didn't work.
Yes. I mean, I know this is a small point.
No, but it's just the whole Brady thing. I mean, they've gone... This is the last straw. They've gone one too many times.
And I know you'll agree with me, there was tremendous things out of sequence. Like, by the time that they had Davy Jones on, it was too early in, and it was just all wrong as far as sequential. And with Barry Williams as like the star of it, you'd think they could at least get the sequence right.
Did they get any overnights yet to know who won, whether Paul won or whether the Bradys won? To me, that really, as much as it might have sucked, the Paul McCartney thing, that this will determine the future of Western civilization.
I would make you a dreidel dollar bet that the Bradys won.
Oh, I'd be right with you. Yeah, I couldn't bet against you on that because I think it's going to be Brady!
Dumbing of America.
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
And I was there, so I can't cast aspersion.
Brady's. It was awful.
The only part that was funny, though, they, of course, made great allusions to the fact that Mr. Brady was a homo.
But they didn't really come out and say it, right?
Well, no, they did. At one point, Greg says to Mrs. Brady, he's talking, I guess, what's that guy's name? Barry? Barry says to Florence Henderson, Dad doesn't like girls, does he? When they were sitting out...
says that in real life,
yeah, in real life.
Dad doesn't like girls. He called him Dad?
Yeah. In the first scene that they did on the pilot of the Brady Bunch, at one point, Mr. Brady is supposed to kiss Mrs. Brady.
Okay.
And Florence Henderson, who they also incidentally made way too hot.
Okay.
Because there's no way that she was ever really hot.
No, never.
But the girl that's playing her on TV is relatively hot. They're standing there in the kitchen area, and this is before everybody knows that Mr. Brady's a fag. And they're standing there, and they're supposed to kiss. And she says, gee, I wonder what they would do if I really gave you a real kiss. And then she says to the director, how about if there's some tongue in this?
Oh.
And the director says,
see, now I'm liking it.
Hey, we can cut out from that. Sure, go for it. So they do the scene, and he says, I'm ready for bed, Mrs. Brady. And she says, I'm ready for bed, Mr. Brady. And they kiss. And you can tell that she's trying to force her tongue into his mouth, but he won't let it.
Right.
And then they go, cut, and he pulls away and does one of these, like wipes his mouth, like, oh, cooties.
Real subtle.
Cooties.
Real subtle approach. Yeah. And then he projectile vomits.
Oh, they did show him coming to work drunk one day.
Oh, yeah, that's what we heard about that when we had Barry Williams on the show. When we were, sucking up to the Brady phenomenon, just like everybody else.
Yeah, we have. I bet the Bradys won. I bet they did.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Probably. Hey, what did you want? Are you still there?
Well, anyhow, yeah.
Sorry.
Anyhow, I bet you probably the pay-per-view WWF won over both of them, anyhow, but... anyhow,
Oh, I bet. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
On the TBS special, they played Rain Man, Top Gun, Days of Thunder. In between each, they were interviewing Tom Cruise during the whole thing. And whoever the director was, Moo Vu or whatever his name.
Oh, John Woo.
Woo, there you go.
That Chinese dude.
Yeah. He was like bragging how, oh yeah, Tom Cruise, I kept having stuntmen on hand, and he kept saying he wanted to do his own stunts, and I felt that I was going to be responsible for his death when he fell off the cliff, and I had to make him do that jump from cliff to cliff 7 times, and...
See, I think that's studio hype. There is not a chance that... I don't care if he's on the cliff, and I think it's great if he is, but they have so many safety precautions in place. I mean, he's got harnesses on harnesses on harnesses.
Well, if you see the clip from the movie, though...
Right.
It's hard to discern where a harness is because he's wearing like a wife-beater shirt.
It's inside of him, Don. Well, they put the harness.
I mean, I don't doubt that he did have some type of harness on, but he's not wearing like a leather jacket. He's got the wife-beater shirt. He's got his, his big muscly arms.
Right.
And he just flips from one side of the cliff to the other, and then they pull back, and you see, goddamn, it appears the guy really is
2,000
feet in the air.
Scary.
Right. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll have to wait to see the movie. We bought into another one.
Then he flips a bottle of booze up in the air.
Yeah. Right. Hello. John and Mike Show.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Brady Bunch movie, Don. You're right. Really bad. I'm just wondering how bad off Barry Williams is, because at the end of the movie, they had a special plug for his Growing Up Brady book. And on top of that, the Return of Johnny Bravo CD.
Oh, do you remember that's the CD he came in and we sang with him a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, he played he covered different hits.
And it's a picture of him today, Johnny Bravo.
Way over the rainbow. And, Robbie, don't you agree there's way too much singing in the Brady Bunch movie last night?
Yeah, way too much of that.
Way too much of their, what was the song? What was the song?
That's it.
Sunshine Day.
Sunshine Day, that's it.
Very Brady.
One more question for you. You think Marsha Brady really had a bikini that skimpy?
No, you mean when she was in the pool with Greg?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Wasn't that the scene where Marsha Brady came walking out of the pool and then she came around and went into the bathroom and caught Greg Brady? Oh, that's Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Sorry, he didn't have a big pirate hat on.
Captain Hook Seafood.
For goodness sakes, time out. Came in and caught him beating his meat.
They were playing the Ravens.
Clear these lines out. Just clear them out. Time for Call 100 right now. And a prize package selected especially for you and a chance to win $500 with Secret Sound number 2.
Doesn't anybody knock anymore?
Incidentally, we're going to give away that money this week on the show. We're going to give you more explicit clues to help you win the money with Secret Sound number 2.
Triple X-rated clues.
So be the 100th caller right now at 877-365-3636.
Like a daily 4-hour hot Carl.
Right.
The Don and Mike Show.
Right.
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
Time for a Call 100 right now.
Slim Shady.
I'm Slim Shady. No, I'm Slim Shady. No, I'm the real Slim Shady. I'm the real Slim Shady. Slim Shady. Hi, Charlie.
Hi, Don.
I forgot you love Eminem.
I love Eminem. My name is... I got blonde hair.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Yeah, you already got your caller 100.
No, it's you.
You're kidding.
No, I asked you not. What is your name, my friend?
My name's Brian.
Brian, where are you calling from?
Calling from near Rockville, Maryland, a town you've never heard of, probably.
Brian, caller 100. You've won the 6 cents prize pack. Order the 6 cents from Cox Cable in demand tonight. But wait, there's more. You've qualified for our weekly giveaway. And listen what Tammy has come up with this week. She always gets great stuff. This Friday, someone who has won a prize this week on the show gets a vacation for 2 to Salt Lake City, Utah.
Wow.
To go to the Sundance Film Festival.
Ooh, great.
Trip includes round-trip air, 3 nights hotel, tickets, and films during the festival. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, winner of 4 Academy Awards, now available in a digitally remastered format on sale at video stores anywhere. We will give this trip away on Friday.
That is a wonderful trip. Yes,
That's right. Except for the Mormons, Salt Lake City is a great friggin' city.
Yeah, and you don't have to, you have as much contact with them as you want, right?
Right.
Sure.
There's some non-Mormons who live out there.
There are even some, let's be honest, there are even some Mormons that let their hair down a little bit.
And there are some good things about being a Mormon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't have, as many wives as you want.
Keep a whole house full of them.
Right.
Bye, ladies. That's what you say when you go off to work in the morning, and they're all home cooking.
All your commodities.
Mm-hmm. Hey, bye, ladies. Bye, Daddy.
Bye. 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 See you tonight.
Each window is occupied by another wife. You got 8 windows. Have a big Mormon house.
You give them all numbers because you don't remember the names. You go, hey, number 8,
right?
I'm going to have sex with you tonight. Number 5, you make my dinner. Number 4, you wash the car.
And it's a pecking order too. Number 1 really is number 1. And they jockey for position, all trying to please you the most.
Beautiful.
And number 2 really is number 2.
Number 2, that's the trick part.
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2. If you got 10, number 2 is really number 10.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, here you go with the secret sound. Are you ready?
Well, I thought I'd get an explicit clue.
I got to give explicit clues this week. This
Didn't you
week.
say something the other day about it's something that your listeners couldn't do?
No, it's something that people who listen to a sound that people who listen to the show very rarely hear.
Sir, I think you'll agree once you try, and I hope you do real well, but the clues are basically meaningless. They have no substance, no significance.
No, they're not.
Sorry, I'm getting a little bitter. I'm just, I'm just having a great deal of difficulty. You basically
clues.
come into the studio near you, tell the whole world what the clues are, what the sound is, and I don't know, and I'm getting frustrated. I am just dying of frustration.
I told Rob, and I told the Egyptian Kumadi. Those are the only people who know.
Okay, I'm just a little frustrated like every other listener.
Okay, here's your next clue. Your next clue.
Okay.
You know what I like? I really do believe you're doing these on the fly.
I am.
It's right now you probably
Off the top of my head.
It's good.
Okay. Think hygiene. Now, I cannot be any more explicit than that.
Okay.
Okay, Einstein, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, good luck. We wish you Godspeed. Please don't act till Mike sings like
Bobby Goulet.
Bobby Goulet all the way.
Caller, name this sound.
There it is. A common everyday sound. A sound probably foreign to those listening to the Don and Mike show. A sound that has something to do with personal hygiene.
And the odds are in my favor.
Yes! Okay, there you go. There's your explicit clue.
All right, I haven't got a clue. I'll guess the top coming off the deodorant can.
Oh,
Nope.
we're sorry.
Nope. Thank you, though, my friend.
Well, thank you.
And don't forget that every guess is a clue for you.
Good for you.
Clue for you.
God, it's tough.
We're going to try to find out the ratings for those shows last night to find out which did best, the Brady Bunch or the Linda McCartney movie. Tonight, I'm sure you probably know already, since you all watch our favorite show, King of Queens. They have their season finale tonight, and I understand that Leah Remini has left us a terse voicemail.
Wonderful.
Wondering how come we have not called her recently. Charles Loring Broyhill,
I didn't know that.
can get this on your voicemail, please?
Terse. Kurt? Was it Kurt, Don?
I said terse. But
Terse and Kurt.
Yes, terse and Kurt are
Synonyms.
virtually the same thing. You know, a little B-I-itchy, I think.
Really?
The way it was described to me, I've not heard the message either.
Didn't she call the wrong time the other day where we just didn't have time?
I think it's very odd that you haven't returned my call. I called you 4 days ago. What are you, people getting conceited or something?
Oh, my.
Because partly I feel like I'm responsible for the success of Don and Mike. And just as easily as what's the saying, Michelle? When you up, I sit you down, something like that?
What?
What'd she say?
I will not be ignored, Charlie.
Can you play it again?
That's a great
Play it
message.
again.
She's the greatest. We got to call her.
Hold on, let me hear it again from the very beginning. All right, he's going to pull it up again. You thought she was eating something.
Yeah, she's with her, with her entourage.
Mostly tongue-in-cheek, but just a little seriousness. in it,
Yeah,
right?
it wasn't
Classic Leah.
behind every joke.
Classic Leah.
But she was pissed because she called last week right at the very end of the show.
Yeah.
We didn't take the call.
It's funny. I feel I'm responsible for the success of Don and Mike.
Well, that's funny because we feel like we're responsible for the success of King of Queens. Here we go.
Charlie, I think it's very odd that you haven't returned my call. I called you 4 days ago. What are you, people getting conceited or something? Because partly I feel like I'm responsible for the success of Don and Mike. And just as easily as what's the saying, Michelle?
What's the saying, Michelle?
When you up, I sit you down, something like that?
I didn't get that part.
I will not be ignored, Charlie.
Yeah, I love that message. I love that message.
So she said, what's the saying, Michelle? When you're about da.
Yeah, who knows?
Without saying the whole thing, I think she alluded to the saying, be careful of who you step on the way up because you meet the same people on the way down. I heard up and down in that
Boy,
phrase.
you certainly got a lot out of that.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a friggin' word. Just because we didn't take a call once last week?
Well, she's being Leah, which is
Well,
we need to
right.
talk to her. We need to talk to her.
We'll call her. But listen, we got a little business to take care of first. We'll call her.
I'm all sucked in by that.
Listen, if we call her right now, forget it. We won't do commercials for another hour.
I know.
Because you know her.
I know.
And I did want to give some love to Matt Elliott.
Ah, yes.
Because, he called the show late on Friday, and he's getting his big shot in the broadcasting busy.
Right.
Yesterday on DirecTV, he was the color commentator for the Scottish Claymores and the Frankfurt Galaxy,
right.
The World League of American Football, the NFL Europe League.
So bummed. Like the weekend before, I watched that, and then I didn't watch yesterday when he was when he was doing his thing. How was he? Was he Matt? Was he Matt-rific?
No. Here's why he wasn't Matt-rific. He was serious. Was he really? He was way serious. Although the one thing I'll give him credit for, you know how at halftime when they go to the shot of the announcers in the booth, he did wear a kilt.
Did he really?
He did have a kilt on when they went to the shot of him and the other guy in the booth.
That's what he's got to do. He's got to bring Matt Elliott into the play.
He said, well, we're here in Scotland, and as you can see, I'm wearing a kilt right now.
He called me last night at about 10 p.m., which would have made it, 2 in the morning in Scotland?
Right.
And he was, on cloud 9 going 5,000 miles an hour.
So he was psyched about it.
Yeah,
and
he was
got
very
good
pleased with it.
feedback on his performance.
Apparently, he said there was a few things that he was unhappy with, but no one else seemed to notice them. And I didn't believe him when he said he wore a kilt because, it was...
So you saw him wearing the kilt?
Yeah, I saw it. I turned it on at halftime and watched him.
And how did you rate his performance? On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give him?
I'd give him like a 7.
A 7?
Oh, he did good. He was, only because I know him, because I know how outspoken he is. I thought if he really cut loose, except he was obvious. He was nervous. It's his first time on TV calling a game.
Of course.
I mean, if he got to say what he really thought, I think he could be actually pretty good at it.
Oh, that's good news. I'm glad.
He's already signed up to do another game, and he's excited because he said he is, more comfortable to be ready to do it.
The worst thing, there's one great thing and one bad thing about this stupid NFL Europe. The great thing is that they have the coaches and the quarterbacks wearing microphones.
Right.
That are live microphones.
Sure.
And they don't have a delay. Mm-hmm. What's bad is that they obviously tell the announcers, if they drop the F-bomb or the S-bomb, do not react to it.
Okay.
Because this is where Matt Elliott would be beautiful. At one point, the Frankfurt Galaxy has the ball, and it's like 4th and an inch. And you hear the coach on the sidelines go, no way, we're punting. Punt team. And then they show the quarterback coming off the field, and the quarterback says, just clear as day, because he's wearing a microphone, are you effing me? Are you effing me? Are you effing me? He says it 3 times in a row, clear as a bell.
And not a comment?
And Matt doesn't say a word. I'm sure because...
Yeah, that's probably the standard procedure.
They've been told not to. And
that's
another time they say, okay, here's sounds of the game. Let's listen in the huddle. So the quarterback gets in the huddle. He goes, okay, fly right 62 on 4. Okay, throw that bitch in there. You effing throw that bitch in there, and I will effing catch that bitch. Let's effing make this effing happen. I mean, it's like, drop the F-bomb nonstop.
That's great.
And they come back to the announcers.
Well, here it is.
And I think all Matt Elliott said was something like, well, they're really getting their game faces on. Just something goofy like that.
But he wore the kilt. I gotta give him
credit.
that. Had to be a little, daring move on his part.
It was funny.
And he seemed to have a good rhythm with the guy that was doing the play-by-play.
Well, the guy that was doing the game, there was obviously a guy who's getting his sea legs too.
Sure. Okay, great.
There were awkward starts and stops, but overall, I thought Matt did pretty well.
Way to go, Matty.
Pretty good.
Good job.
Pretty proud of him.
That's great. I hope he. I think he could be really one of the guys. He is so funny that he actually could do real well.
And way to go wearing that kilt.
Right.
I mean, I really laughed out loud.
Because he's a big man. Has he gotten a little bigger?
Yes, he has since we saw him at the Super Bowl.
Great. Yeah, football needs a big man.
And he had been talking during the game saying, hey, here in Scotland, everybody wears kilts. I'm wearing a kilt. And I thought he was just talking until they do that halftime shot. They go,
right.
We're back in Edinburgh, Scotland. I'm Pete Johnson. And I'm Matt Elliott, and as you can see, and he puts his arms up, I am wearing a kilt.
Good for him.
Fantastic.
Hey, that's the way you do it, get noticed.
Hello there, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Hello?
Hola.
Hello there?
Yes, hola means hello in Mexican.
I'm sorry?
I was speaking Spanish to you. Hola.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Hope you enjoyed your time on the Don and Mike Show.
Thank you. Great call. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Yeah, the Brady Bunch movie got a rave review from Tom Shales of the Post.
Well, occasionally Tom Shales is out of his mind.
I mean, it was like a love letter.
He liked Jesus too. He loved Jesus.
Well, who doesn't, Mike?
That's true.
Who doesn't?
But I mean, I think it's important, now when you ever talk about Tom Shales, I will always say he really loves Jesus.
He loves Jesus as a TV show.
Yeah, but I mean, you can say he loved. I mean, technically, if you're going to be technical, the name of the show was Jesus, so you can say Tom Shales loved Jesus.
Well, Jesus was deserving of praise. This movie wasn't on as good as he let on that it should be. He said that it was great. That he said he loved it a bunch.
I might think that the Brady's were better than Jesus. I'll say it.
Forward to it.
Brady's better than Jesus.
Blasphemous thing I've ever heard you say.
Of course, I'm speaking just about the TV show.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were saying like the Brady's themselves were better than Jesus.
And why were the Brady girls so ugly?
I think Titus is better than Jesus. Malcolm in the Middle is definitely better than Jesus.
Titus.
Marsha and Jan did not look like Marsha and Jan. Nobody really looked like anybody except for Bobby.
They didn't have real good cast, and the kid who played Bobby was the real Bobby's son.
Are you a serious Brady connoisseur, ma'am?
So much so that if you play the Brady Bunch episodes, the first half second I can tell what the episode is about.
Okay.
Thank you.
Something to be proud of.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you later.
That was a good Brady laugh there at the end.
Bye-bye. I'm sure there's stretch pants on sale somewhere that you have to get to.
Absolutely. Yes, he's wearing a tarp.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, this is Mark from Portland.
Yes, Mark.
The lovely Bea Arthur was on Malcolm in the Middle last night.
Right.
She was funny. Was good.
Yeah, she was awesome. Totally deadpan. I loved it when they took her away in the ambulance. So.
Hey, did anybody see the behind-the-scenes Simpsons last night?
Another good one, too.
I missed that because I was having dinner with my neighbors.
That was funny, too.
Was it good?
It was really... Well, they had the real announcer from VH1.
That's great.
Doing it, and yeah, it was...
I'm really sorry I missed that.
Very well done. Real good hour last night. That Simpsons Malcolm in the Middle.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot go wrong with that. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Yes.
How you doing? Calling from New York to guess the secret sound?
Are you really?
Yes, I am.
From New York City proper?
Long Island, New York.
Long Island.
Out by the Hamptons.
All right. What's your first name?
First name is David.
We're just getting a lot of these calls, but I think a lot of people are calling from New York, but, we're concerned.
Last week we were told that we've been fooled a couple of times. And people say they're calling from New York.
Right.
Technically they are, but it's like we're on like in Rochester and Albany.
Yes.
And it's people in Plattsburgh, New York. It's people from those cities in New York who are calling. So technically...
Right. They're listening to us live.
They're listening in New York. You're not listening to us now, right?
No, Opie and Anthony on right now on NEW. That's
Beautiful.
listening to.
Okay. All right.
Figured I'd call in now.
All right. We do give our New York listeners a shot. Here you go. No build-up. Here's the sound. Good luck. What is it?
What is it? It's somebody opening a champagne bottle. It's the cork.
Absolutely.
No.
Thank you, though, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's killing me right now. We've had a lot of secret sounds, secret laughs. I'm never told, and I'll tell you right now, this one's driving me insane. This one is driving me mad.
Think hygiene.
You don't have it either,
I
right?
can't get it either. I don't know.
Stumped. Next break, you and I, Buzz, we're going to just get out in the hallway. We're just going to talk about
Confab.
Confab.
And there was
a Rockport huddle.
Yes. There was one more.
That's right.
One more stupid thing this weekend I had to tell you about from goddamn nutty San Francisco, where they tried to push that legislation through, saying that dogs. I know you remember we did a whole thing about this that dogs should have the same rights as people,
and they should be guardians, right?
Yeah, you don't own your pet. You're your guardian.
You're the guardian of your pet. You don't own your pet.
Well, as it turns out, the good people of San Francisco voted that nutty rule down.
Right.
But I was reading over the weekend that the same people who tried to get that one through have another one now.
Okay.
And they say that it's along the line of cruelty to animals.
What are they doing?
That they want to enact a law where in San Francisco you can't perform plastic surgery on your dogs. And at first I thought, well, now who would give their dogs plastic surgery? And what they're talking about are dogs where you get their ears fixed. Like if dogs have big,
if you got a
floppy
boxer,
ears.
You got a boxer for you. I had a boxer, and you get them. They're called you box them,
or
where you chop the ears off. Basically.
Or they mentioned sometimes you have dogs with these big floppy ears that they get infected all the time, and people just lop off the bottoms of them so that they don't flop around and get infected.
Right.
And they're also upset that people are declawing their cats. Mm-hmm. Do you believe that crap?
Yeah, that's what these animal rights groups are.
Of course, Buzz.
When you declaw a cat, for example, it's not like removing your fingernail. It's removing your finger down to the first knuckle. That's how severe that act is.
We have declawed every cat we have ever owned.
I'm ashamed to say that I did it once, that I had it done once to a cat.
Good for you, Buzz.
The cats really care, though?
He made a painful sound every time he would jump from one surface to another after that. So I never did that again.
What was the painful sound this cat would make?
It was like,
ow. Ow! Right. That's what it sounded like. Rob, that's exactly what it sounded. The cat would jump. The cat jumps over to the dresser.
That's what it sounded like to me.
Have you ever had a cat tear up your drapes?
Yes, I've had a little cat damage.
Then you run to the nearest vet and you say, take the claws out.
Hey, the cat's on the refrigerator. It's jumping down to the kitchen floor. Let's listen.
Now, there are other remedies.
No, there's not other remedies.
Yeah, there are.
What are the other remedies?
Well, they have the stuff you can spray on your furniture. You can be selective about the kind of fabrics you choose for your furniture.
You know what you can also do? What you can do is what I did with my cats when they did a little furniture damage, where we put them in the car and we took them to the Humane Society. So they could be adopted by another family that wanted the smell of urine in their house for 16 more years.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with cutting off a dog's ears. There's nothing wrong with cutting off a dog's tail. There's nothing wrong with declawing a cat. They're goddamn animals, okay?
Oh, that's it now. We're going to have the protesters out front.
Oh, good. Let some more of those nuts from San Francisco call us like they did the last time.
San Francisco, open your golden gate.
Please. And all that stuff always is in San Francisco. It's never anywhere else. It's always in San Francisco.
I think, if it's medically necessary for a pet, I think it might be a good idea. But as somebody who had a boxer dog, and I did the thing with the ears because that's the look, and what they have to go through to box the dogs, I think that might not be necessary. No. But if it's something where you're trying to prevent infection or something like that,
right. Listen, declawing a cat, man.
Declawing a cat, I think it's a house pet. If the cat is going to tear apart the house,
right? What's the option? You take out the cat's ball, you just cut the cat's feet off. Those are your two options.
You can't do that, so declawing is your option.
Right, the more humane.
You really think it's like...
You can do a lot better than
How come... Now, you say it's taking the finger down to the first knuckle, right? But it's really not. It's removing the claw,
It's
right?
more than that. It's more than that.
Well, how do you know?
Well, the claw goes into... it's like the bone. It's like removing the bone from the end part of your finger. And don't you think that'd be a little painful? I know it'd be hard to type.
But does your cat do a lot of typing?
Yes, he does.
Okay, all right. I forgot. Buzz and Marcia,
they love their cats.
They love cats like they're people.
And I can understand that because I love cats too.
You hate cats.
I hate
Put
cats.
a cat in an oven once.
I never did that.
You just said you did.
I never did that. Never did that. Of course not. I would never do that. I had cats. I finally broke down and got cats one time when Laura and I were living down in another house, and then we had to sell that house. And one of the biggest problems we had getting ready to sell that house was that they went into the corners and they urinated.
They do that.
The cats did.
They do that. I hate them tearing up the furniture.
And then I got this great elaborate litter box, this incredible litter box with all the stuff, all the modern technology.
Right.
And then the one cat, I don't even remember the cat's name, took the younger cat downstairs and they went Daddy the cat. They went underneath the stairs and there was this pile of cat feces, like 8 feet away of a perfectly good litter box.
You had a whole bunch of kids. You had Daddy, you had Killy, Murdery, Autopsy, Cadavery.
This was a failed experiment with cats.
I'm sorry about that.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hello. Hey, how come all these animal rights people that want to protect animals are the same ones that have tattoos and piercings all over their bodies?
I'm not aware that goes together.
What's the connection?
Well, humans, we circumcise ourselves. Why can't we, declaw our cats?
My ears were boxed as a child, too. I had floppy ears, and then they actually I had to wear bandages on top of my ears so that they would be normal.
And my parents cut my tail off at an early age.
And you're glad they did that, aren't you? You're glad, because otherwise, what an embarrassment it would be, especially if you went swimming.
And Rob, weren't you declawed? Did they cut your finger off all the way down to the bone?
No, I was neutered.
Oh, Rob was neutered.
Sorry, Rob.
I keep forgetting.
You're sorry.
Sorry about that.
I was declawed. That's why I have trouble with the internet.
Hello. Don and Mike Show.
Hello, Don.
Hi, buddy.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Buzz.
Hi.
Hey, you want to make sure you declaw your cat before you circumcise him.
Okay. The idea of circumcising a cat makes me laugh.
Say, I got a question. Did you watch any of the Millionaire Show last night?
No, I purposely boycotted that because they had their Tournament of Champions on.
I know, and it was really sad. That big guy Joe, he got in there first, and then he lost at like 125.
Oh, you mean the big fat millionaire guy?
Be careful! Be careful here.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm walking right into it.
No, this isn't the Joe guy.
Yeah, this is a Joe Mama coming up.
No, you know what? I do think the big fat guy, though, who won the $1 million.
I love that guy.
He got busted down to $1,000.
I think his first name is Joe.
It is.
Right. I love that guy. The roly-poly guy?
Yeah.
Did they take away his original winnings?
No, they're all coming back for a second time.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right.
And, I turned it off when immediately Regis said, and they're all coming back on, and they're going to give half of their winnings to charity.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Goodbye.
Thanks, Regis. Why don't you give half of your salary to charity?
Regis is so pissed.
That's right. Yeah.
He is so pissed. I love this. not only did Regis lose the daytime Emmy, the Regis and Kathy C. show,
talk show,
but Regis lost the best game show host Emmy, and he lost it to Bob Barker and Tom Bergeron.
Wonderful.
Tom Bergeron.
Tom Bergeron, who's camped out inside of Whoopi Goldberg's butt.
That has to piss him off.
Good. That's good. I hope they keep boycotting it.
Oh, that's so fantastic. I think we might have a call from Regis later.
An angry Regis?
In today's show. I believe he's going to be very pissed.
Okay.
Very upset. Hello, Don and Mike.
Hi, Don and Mike?
Yeah, hi there.
Hi, Radio Gods. This is Meryl from Sacramento.
Yes, Meryl, hi.
I just want to let you know if you're going to talk about something, you need to know what you're talking about. It's called having your ears cropped, not boxed.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I guess so in other words, I shouldn't talk about anything that I don't know about. Let me tell you something. That's 15 years worth of radio right down the crapper if that's the case, man.
Come on, honey.
I'm going to go ahead and keep listening, but I just didn't, I didn't want you to embarrass yourself to all those animal lovers out there.
What is it when you box? Don't you box the ears or something like that?
No, you crop the ears.
So you box the ears. Box is when you slap ears or something like that. You crop the ears.
You crop the ears to make them stand up straight, correct.
When did you have yours cropped?
When I was about 6.
All right. Are you still going in the litter box?
Actually, no. I go about 8 feet away under my owner's bed.
There you go.
Thank you, honey.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Hello. Don and Mike show.
Donald Miguel.
He was a whore. Yeah, hello, what?
Love you, Don.
No, hello, love you.
I love you, Mike.
Love you too, sir.
I love you, Buzz.
I love you,
wish,
sir.
But deep down, I wish I could love Marsha. Hey, look, Don and Mike, what does Marsha look like? Celebrity she most resembles?
Buzz's wife?
Yes, sir.
Buzz, why don't you take a stab at that first?
Yeah, Buzz, it's your wife. You do that. Oh, man. It's kind of tough to put us on the spotlight.
Because I have a thought, but I don't want to offend. I mean, I do have one that really...
What do you mean offend?
I do have one that really has come to mind when I watch a certain TV show.
Okay.
Although it's an older
by the way,
version.
Don, I got to agree with you.
Hey, sir, do you want an answer? I mean, we're waiting. Hold on.
Hold on. Buzz is thinking about who his wife looks like.
I should have given this some thought, but it had just never come up before. I don't know. I can't really name a celebrity she looks like. Maybe I've known her too long.
Haven't we done this before?
I don't think
I don't think we've done it with Marsha
Not
before.
on Marsha, no.
I think we've done it with everybody else.
Who do
you always
someone
say...
broke into your house and robbed you, and you had to give a police catch?
Well, of course I could give a description, but I wouldn't give the police...
that'll be fine, Buzz.
I wouldn't give the police the celebrity she most resembled.
Yeah, well, that'll be fine, Buzz.
Okay.
No, I thought he was calling to really get an answer, and now he seems to be giving you somewhat of a hard time.
All right, thank you.
No. I'm fine. No, I just want to know what she looks like.
All right, goodbye.
Goodbye. Guy's on his second bottle of vodka.
Okay. I've got a thought. But I'm sure that she and you would find it highly offensive.
Okay.
So I won't mention it.
Don't show me.
I won't. No. Oh, no. I'm not even writing it down.
I think she's lovely.
Oh, and I do, too. It's hard to find... hard to find a celebrity who your wife resembles.
That's true, see? I agree.
So I think much older, if anybody watches Lois and Clark,
right?
I think that Marsha kind of looks like Ma Kent.
Now, I've never seen Ma Kent.
I haven't seen that.
Very similar face structure. Ma Kent, of course, is heavier than...
So an older version of Marsha would be Ma Kent.
And, Marsha's got a body like Ally McBeal. I mean,
not quite, but she's very thin.
She's very thin. She's not plump like Ma Kent, but... Facially, on the Lois and Clark show,
right,
almost a dead ringer, to where I've actually called Frida in and said, listen, don't you think that looks like Marsha? Right there, don't you think that looks like Marsha? I know it's older and fatter, but...
I'll have to try to catch that.
But look, okay.
All right, so she's heavier and older.
Than Ma Kent.
All right, okay.
Or Ma Kent is heavier and older.
Ma Kent is heavier.
Right.
Right.
He said then Ma Kent. I just wanted to clarify.
No, it's...
no, you know what I meant.
Right.
I mean, the other way around.
Right.
Okay.
This is weird when we get into this.
It is.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hey, Radio Gods.
Hey, buddy.
Kind of ironic here for you, but you know those protesters they have down at Neiman Marcus in D.C. every Saturday protesting the fur? And yet the same bastards are wearing the leather like Nike shoes. It just doesn't make sense.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you for that deep thought.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll F you.
We'll F you.
Deep thoughts.
Okay, hold on a second. Time out. Be right back.
Go.
Right. Are we going to call Leah?
Yes.
We got to listen to Dennis's tape
from the prom.
Dennis Murphy taking a girl to the prom. Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hello.
Hi there. Hi, we're great, thank you.
Good.
I heard that you all were talking about Malcolm in the Middle a couple minutes ago.
Yeah,
and I have a great Malcolm in the Middle story for you.
What is it?
I had just graduated, and a couple friends and I decided to go to Six Flags in New England. So that's where the school is. And apparently Malcolm in the Middle was there because some middle school had won a prize to meet him. So we're all standing...
Now, do you mean the kid who plays Malcolm?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and he has a really bad haircut. That's what I first noticed about him. But that's irrelevant. At any rate, we're standing in line for the Superman ride, and we've been there for about 45 minutes, and all of a sudden, here comes his entourage of Six Flags personnel and security guards and whatnot, and he gets on the ride before anybody else does. And
just because he's well known?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
I think that is completely obnoxious that they do that. I hate that they do that amusement park.
I know, so, we've been standing there for 45 minutes, and we're all sitting there like, what the hell? I can't believe this.
What this woman doesn't know is that Mike and I have this exact same thing done for us when we went to Universal Studios.
It was wonderful.
Who watches it, and who are you, and what kind of punk are you?
Listen, I want to tell you something. I could not agree more. What about all the people that have been waiting in line for an hour just because the guy's got a goddamn TV show? They let him cut right in line.
Exactly. So I run up to the very front because, of course, I'm sitting there like...
It's fantastic. We went right on the Back to the Future ride.
What this woman should also know is that at certain amusement parks, you can pay extra to go to the head of the line.
Yeah, you can.
And all the other people will have to stand and wait.
Bopper nothings, and then the other half of the adults are all kind of yelling, all of a sudden...
Yeah, so obnoxious. That is
right.
Just because he's a TV star.
Yeah, I know. So all of a sudden...
Who do these people think they are, really?
I don't know. Who do they think they are? And anyway, I've never even seen Malcolm in the Middle. I haven't even watched the show.
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah.
Did you say anything to him?
Yeah, I did. I told him that his haircut stank.
Good for you.
It really did. And that his show was horrible.
Not to mention the fact
watched it, and that you're nothing but...
that it gives you a great sense of inner pleasure to cut in line. I mean, really, there's a very selfish part of me that really enjoyed that when the people from Universal would bring us up to the front of the line.
It was the greatest. It was the greatest perk of doing a radio show we've ever had. Went right to the front. Right to the front.
I heard she got to go on all the rides before.
And I think we went on Back to the Future twice in a row, didn't we?
Came right outside, went right to the front of the line again, and went on it twice while people were waiting in line.
Before anyone else, and I don't know. So it's not, to make a long story short, which is too late, the security...
No, listen, I'll tell you something. Mike and I feel so strongly about this. There is never enough time to devote to these so-called celebrities cutting in line.
Yes. Term here. He's nothing.
He's nothing. He's
going to be like Dan. He's going to be like Arnold.
Right.
3 years, nothing.
Nothing. And you know something? He's a little less now that he's done that to you.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
And now, and then the worst part, so a security entourage comes over to us and tells us to stop yelling at him.
Oh, who are they? Who are they to come over and, who are they to come over and tell you to stop yelling?
Yeah, I know. It's like free speech, right? So
right.
So he comes over to us, these 3 security guards come over to us and say, would you please stop
I remember when we got to go to the head of the line. Remember that one woman who was just a little uptight about it? We looked at her and went, sorry, and then we giggled and we laughed and we went ahead.
And the best thing is, it was like 100 degrees.
Absolutely.
And they had these signs up saying, your wait now will be 90 minutes, your wait will be 45 minutes.
Listen, it's so long.
We went on the Back to the Future. We also, what was the other
King Kong.
We went on the King Kong
Earthquake.
We went on all of them.
All the good ones with the really long lines. People were right. You had a secret door. And on certain rides, you'd like walk right up the row of the last 20 people. Just like, hi.
I could bring you right to the front.
It's great. What a perk it was.
It's fantastic.
Heat and humidity. It was cool inside the ride.
Because otherwise you let people like this, wait in line.
You were talking about it. I just thought that, it just reminded me.
Right.
Yeah, well, we're with you on that.
Amen, sister.
Six Flags, New England.
Right, we're with you, honey.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks for calling.
Guys.
The Don and Mike Show, always an open forum.
That's right. Where our mantra on this show is
power to the people.
Power to the people, and if there's a line, you wait in it.
Oh, wait, just to give you a worthless plug, I just graduated with my MBA. If there's a job out there that anyone thinks I'm qualified for, please let them, please.
Whore.
I'm not going to give my email address over the radio, but
that's the job I think she's qualified
for.
No
job.
Great, thank you so much.
What is wrong with that?
Thank you, honey.
Right back at you. Good luck. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Here's all the MBAs out there. Way to go. Enjoy your time at the amusement park.
There you go.
So long. We'll be back to pick you up later.
Don and Mike Show.
Oh, man.
What?
Oh, somebody hung up.
The guy just hung up on us. Don and Mike, hello.
Hey, Don and Mike.
Hey, buddy.
Do you realize that bitch never shut up not 1 second the whole time you were talking over her?
Yes, I got that.
Money, that was hilarious. But God, she was annoying.
Yeah, we were listening to it while you were, too.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank ye.
Yeah, I'm tired already. Don't you keep talking at me.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Yeah, I know where she can get a job. I visited a little ranch this weekend outside of Pahrump, Nevada.
She seems to have elicited quite a response in the listening.
Oh, you know what? There's some disc jockey in Las Vegas. I read about this in a newspaper over the weekend. Who's getting big headlines because he broadcast from a whorehouse.
Oh. And is that?
I know, and he's making it out like, and this guy was in some, I don't know if it was the New York Times or the Washington Post on Sunday, some big deal about this disc jockey who's breaking down the fourth wall of radio, a guy who's doing something that's never been done before. Christ, we did a whole show from the Mustang Ranch. How long ago was it? Like 5 years ago we did that?
5 years ago.
Yeah.
We went into the rooms and we took wireless microphones and we walked all over the place. We went into the kitchen where they make their food for the horse.
We did. Remember how dirty those horse rooms were?
Remember how sad it was? Remember how we all kind of left there feeling just a little bit sad?
Bad stucco wall.
Remember the one lady, the one hooker that we let call her mom and she started crying? Oh, God. Yeah. That was like one of those real moments where everybody was just like, it just very difficult to make it funny at the moment. Hello, Mom, I'm here in the whorehouse.
We felt bad.
We did.
But satisfied.
Oh, God, yeah, right.
When we left the Mustang Ranch.
Yeah, with the microphones on.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Don and Mike Show.
All right, buddies.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, do you know that message that Leah Reming left for you?
Uh-huh.
It sounds very much like a message Don left for Leah a few months back.
Oh, I don't doubt that. Yeah. Like a message saying you're ignoring me. Why are you ignoring me?
It's an interesting dynamic. Very interesting dynamic.
Right, listen, it is a cat and mouse relationship that we have with Ms. Leah Remini.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right. When you had the thing on about the cats and their claws, that's what reminded me about it.
Right. Well, listen, good. Now the tables are turned.
Well, we're going to talk to her.
Go get her, guys. Go get her.
Somebody wants to have more conflict with Ms. Remini. Oh, yeah.
No,
exactly.
We'll call her.
That bitchitude.
Hey, you didn't like that message, did you?
All right,
no, not at all.
All right.
All right, go get her, guys.
All right, yeah, we'll go get her. Yeah, we'll get it good.
Meanwhile, that guy's got like a shrine to Leah Remini.
Right.
Candles and, clippings.
Big J.O. room.
Go get her, guys.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you're on the air. Hello there.
You guys are my saving grace on this commute to Rockville every day.
Well, thank you, my friend. It's very nice of you.
Speaking of cropped ears, though, I wondered if you guys could think of celebrities that could really benefit from that. Like
Speaking of what?
Cropped ears. Celebrities who benefit from cropped ears.
Like David Letterman.
Will Smith.
Prince Charles.
Yeah. So,
thank you.
Martin Short.
When you talk to Leah, ask her who she thinks, whose ears should be cropped.
Sure, I'll be glad to. Anything else you'd like me to ask her?
No, just thanks for making me smile. You do it every day.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. It's a short list, isn't it, of celebrities whose ears need to be... that guy from ESPN that they made the movie about. You know the guy, he's a sports writer. He's got real weird ears. Mitch Albom. Yeah.
By Tuesdays with Maury.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah, no, he does have some weird ears.
He's got the Vish ears.
He does. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, Mike, you haven't had a chance to watch Gladiator yet, huh?
No, don't ruin it.
Gladiator died. You guys effed up 6 cents for me, so I'm ruining Gladiator for you.
I didn't have anything to do with that.
Well, you and Don are partners, buddy.
That's right, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. Way to ruin it for him. Gee, Mike, do you think that you could have guessed the Gladiator dies at the end? After all, it only happened like 5,000 freaking years ago. Of course he's dead.
Should have gone to the movie on the first weekend.
He's dead.
I'm very disappointed. Now I know the first 15 minutes is all blood and guts.
But it's great. You'll love it.
Okay, I still like it. I don't think anything's going to ruin that for me.
No, absolutely.
Caesar killed him. Caesar killed him right before the end of the battle.
It's not me you're doing this to. You're doing it to everybody in our audience.
You're not.
Fine, I watched it.
You're not hurting me. I've already seen the movie.
I know you're not.
I'm the culprit of this.
You are hurting me desperately. desperately.
But you ruined The Sixth Sense for me, Don, so I'm ruining it for all your listeners.
Well, listen, I want to tell you something. When I ruined The Sixth Sense for you was when The Sixth Sense was already out on DVD and already out on video at Blockbuster.
No, it had not come out yet.
Yes, it had.
No,
Yes, it had.
No,
Listen. No. Listen, by that time, it is safe to announce the end of a movie.
No, it wasn't because...
I got news for you. You might not think it's a big deal, but right now I'm sitting in there and I'm thinking about going to this movie, and I know that halfway through I'm going to go, well, I guess Caesar's going to kill him at the end. Now I know that. It's ruined. It's
You
destroyed.
ruined it for me, Don. Thank you.
Thank you for punishing Don by hurting me.
Well, Don and Mike show.
You called before about this Sixth Sense thing. You're a very bitter man.
And you know
Let
what?
go, man.
You already tried to ruin Fight Club for me. Is this the same guy?
No, it's not.
I bet it's the same guy.
Same guy. And you know what? It didn't affect me that you told me that Brad Pitt, the other guy, was made up during Fight Club. It didn't affect me.
I haven't seen Fight Club.
All right, I'm going to go see Gladiator, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to say it didn't ruin it at all, even if it really did.
It did.
It won't ruin it for you.
All right.
It won't ruin it for you at all. Please.
Caesar killed him.
Stop it!
Before the battle.
Stop it. All right, I hung up on the guy, okay?
God.
Please. God. Bruce Willis is really dead. Bruce Willis is really dead. Throughout the whole movie. The kid sees dead people.
Movies, important to our culture.
Hello. Don and Mike show.
You were talking about Ma Kent. I'd like you to know she's the new psycho hose beast on Port Charles.
She's the new psycho what?
Hose beast. She was at Kevin's and Lucy's, or Kevin and Eve's wedding.
Is that General Hospital?
No, Port Charles.
That is a spin-off of General Hospital.
Ah, okay. Didn't General Hospital win Best Daytime Drama?
Yes, for the 5th year.
Yes. Oh, bravo.
Bravo. Our show didn't get dick.
No, One Life to Live?
Yeah,
Right.
nothing. I mean, really nothing. And I was looking for one name up there.
Robert S. Woods?
No, Slezak.
Oh, Erica Slezak.
Sure.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Yeah, my name is Dave. Listen, I just rented Sixth Sense this weekend finally, and it was ruined because I knew and I would love to kick the guy's ass who just ruined Gladiators for me.
Listen, how could that possibly ruin it for you? It's a guy who makes his living. You already know this going into the movie. He makes his living fighting in the Roman Colosseum against guys. How does that ruin it for you if you find out that he's dead at the end of the movie? I don't get that. I mean, like the Sixth Sense, I'll give you that. That was a surprise ending.
Right.
But this is not a surprise ending for Gladiator. Mike, you may take your fingers out of your ears now, please.
Great. I could still hear you a little bit, but not a lot of the detail you were talking about. Good. Okay. Good.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's like, it's at the top of my list. Just for whatever reason, I haven't been able to go see it.
Well, you'll still like it. Trust me, you'll still like it.
I think I'll go see it on my way home tonight.
It's like a better Braveheart.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, much gorier than Braveheart.
Wow, really?
That's fantastic.
Cool.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, Baldy.
Hey, I have a little story for y'all. You know how last week on there y'all were doing all that stuff, how you're talking like gay people and stuff? Well, I'm never going to imitate a gay person again because this weekend my friend and I were in downtown Richmond. I won't name the bar, but we had car trouble and went to a gay bar not knowing it because we were a little too drunk to remember anything. And I'm in the back phone and he goes, hey, you're never going to believe where we are, John. I'm like, where? He's like, a gay bar. And I didn't even turn around, so I know it was all guys. And I go, yeah, right. And I'm going to VAF every single one of them in here. And I just yelled it. I turn around. Place almost goes dead silence. There's like 10 guys looking at us. And he was like, dude, we need to get the hell out of here. So we started walking out. And, of course, one gives me like a shoulder. And he's like, you think that's funny? And I go, what? He goes, I know exactly what you were just saying. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, well, why don't you go outside and we'll see? And I was like, get me the hell out of here.
So did you get beat up by a bunch of homos?
Well, we got chased down the street by a bunch of them.
Oh, good. All right, good.
Good. I'm glad they did that.
Bye-bye.
That's all balance. Adds a little balance.
It was a lovely story.
Well,
it was wonderful.
I thought it was a very lovely story.
Lovely story.
And you tell it so well, with such enthusiasm.
How would you like to step outside? And then they chased him down the street.
Stop! Stop! Run! Stop! You come back here right now. Run! Come back here right now. Beat you up.
It's an interesting story.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Yeah, how you doing, Don and Mike? Let's comment on that guy that was breastfed by his sister. Someone could tell you the entire storyline of Gladiator, and it would not even come to the
All right, and I'm happy for that, and I'm delighted about that. But
He's
I don't
right,
think it's.
though.
I know, and I'm glad he's right, but I haven't seen it yet, and it's not on pay-per-view, and it's not in the video store. So please just stop it.
Don and Mike.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, yeah, I'd like to vent a little bit. I'm upset about you guys. For a couple of years ago, you ruined the end of Titanic for me.
All right, when we announced that the boat sunk.
Yeah, I mean, how was I supposed to know that? Was I alive during that time?
Right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Kathy Bates, though. Kathy Bates survives.
Okay,
the unsinkable Molly Brown.
We will be right back.
Be good, or they'll put you in a sack and take you to Spain. The Don and Mike Show.
Before we call Leah, let me tell you something. You know, we're doing the Dewey Beach Ice House next week. Ice House. That's where we're going to get 6 strange girls to live alone with Homo Joe.
Right.
On the end of our last show last Friday, we had 5 girls. Well, as it turns out, we have room for 3 more.
Oh, fantastic. So it's going to be Joe and 8 girls?
Joe and 8 girls. Wow. So if you wanted to call last week,
8 is enough,
and you couldn't get through, or the line was busy, or you thinking about it over the weekend, you thought, boy, I made a mistake. Now's the time to call. We do have 3 more spots open. Well, did you just pull out the 8 is enough theme?
8 is enough with Homo Joe.
There's a magic in the early morning.
And this is Homo Joe singing this song. Here we go.
When the sunrise smiles on
Actually, you know who this is singing it? Isn't it Grant Goodeve?
Yes, I believe so.
The guy who was like one of the old Bradford kids?
One of the Ken dolls. It was the oldest Bradford son. And just imagine the sun coming up on the beach house, huh?
And 8 is enough
to fill our lives with love.
And your life will be filled with love if you go to the Ice House Beach House.
Our days like bright and shiny new dimes.
As in Homo Joe says, let's spend every day like a bright and shiny new dime.
Sure. With Homo Joe making his gourmet meals.
Changing time.
And then changing time.
There's a plate of homemade
And of course, we are waiting for the good ending on this song. Oh, yeah.
No. I just want to buy. There's a crate of homemade wishes.
on the kitchen window.
There's a crate, maybe it's a plate of homemade wishes.
On the kitchen windowsill.
And it is enough
Big note.
to fill our lives with love.
So queer. That's it. So, girls, if you'd like to be part of the beach house, call right now. Lisa the Nympho standing by today. 877-365-3636. If you're a girl and you want to play, you want to have your life exposed, next week on the show and live with Homo Joe.
It's going to be great.
And 7 other girls, call right now.
Good.
Okay? Let me clear out those lines and find a line to call. TV's Leah Remini.
Season finale of King of Queens tonight on CBS. Right.
Oh, Leah Remini.
Of course, we won't be talking about that. We'll be berated.
More entertainment.
Yes, hi, it's Don and Mike. Is Leah there?
Hi, Don and Mike.
Is this Michelle?
Yes.
Hi, Michelle. I don't have to tell Michelle she's on the air.
No, she knows she's on the air.
Hi, Michelle.
When it's both of you, I kind of figure that I am.
Right. Is she around?
Maybe.
How have you been, Michelle?
I've been well.
Wonderful.
How have you been?
We miss your wonderful smile.
Have you been down on your knees feigning oral sex with anybody recently?
Just Leah.
Just Leah.
Hey, that's a lovely picture. That's it. I like that picture.
Well, listen, you dirty girl. Is she there?
Yeah, hold on.
Thank you.
Don and Mike. Don and
Listen to her.
What did she say?
Well, I got it. She's going to take the call.
Oh, that's
great.
good.
She's going to take the call. Okay.
That's nice.
Hello.
Hello, is this Leah?
What's with the attitude?
There's no what attitude, honey.
What did we say to me, it'd be nicely if you called once in a while without us calling you first.
Yeah.
Then I call, and then Charlie doesn't call.
We actually we enjoyed your message from for Charlie, the I won't be ignored message.
Let me tell you what happened. You called, I guess, one day last week.
Thank you, by the way, Mike. Go ahead.
And Charlie didn't come in until the very end of the show and said to me, oh, yeah, I had a message from Leah.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, it's the end of the show. We can't call her now. And I assume...
And where does Charlie get off? Is he so secure in his job that he doesn't have to call me and go, "Hi, sweetie, got your message. It was at the end of the day." You know what I mean?
No, well, he is still...
You see what happens when you let people in your life?
I think Charlie ought to...
not give you the certain...
Charlie ought to be the recipient of a little of this. We shouldn't be sitting here having a...
You shouldn't be mad at us.
Charlie, get in here. We shouldn't have to take all this.
Should be mad at Charlie.
This is Charlie.
While we're getting him in here, let me play you in, Leah.
Our next guest is one of the stars of the popular television program, The King of Queens, Monday nights at 8 right here on CBS. Here's the lovely Leah Remini, ladies and gentlemen.
And Leah, are those pictures of you still on the web, Charlie?
Pictures.
Oh, yeah, probably.
You know what, Leah?
Probably are.
You should go to this website. Write this down, honey. It's www.2.
Wait. Yeah?
Then XPOSED.com.
Oh, Jesus, what? X what?
XPOSED.
Wait, XT as in...
It's too exposed.
P is in Peter.
Thank you.
2exposed.com. There are pictures in there of Charlie's birthday party that we had on the show.
We had
really?
some dancers come in specifically for Charlie, and you'll see a side of Charlie you've never seen before.
Did I have Michelle pull it up while I'm talking to you?
Yeah, sure.
yeah, that'll be great.
Come here, I need you to do me a favor, Mom.
They pulled down his pants. He was wearing just his underwear, and they tied him up.
Here!
Oh, my. Uh-oh. And they spanked him.
I didn't say pick up the phone. Hang up the phone and come here.
Oh dear.
Guess I'm off the hook.
Here.
But no, you're not off the hook yet. But you will be on the hook when she sees the website.
Yeah, oh yeah.
How many pictures are on there of you, Charlie?
I think 6.
6 pictures.
4 with strap-ons, a group picture, and my ass.
There's a group picture of what? Your ass?
Yeah, there's one picture of Charlie's ass on there.
What do you have to click on to get? Is there a link?
Hot new pics, I think is what it says.
Hey, Buzzy, why don't you go there now, please?
You jerk.
Why are we jerks.com?
Michelle just said to me, "I want to know how they know about my leaning, my kneeling down." She just yelled that upstairs.
Hey, honey, we talked about that on the show. I mean, you and I talked about that.
I said, don't say that I told you.
You said it yourself on this show. But she told you.
No, I didn't.
Did she tell you not to say anything?
Yes.
I did. I don't remember. All right, sorry.
She's going to yell at me when I go down there.
Well, you're her boss.
That's right, I have to remember that.
You're her boss. and I'd like to point out that tonight you have...
And she shouldn't do anything around me that she doesn't want to talk to me.
Absolutely not.
Tonight, the big season finale of King of Queens, everybody.
It is?
Yes. Oh, come on. Like you didn't know.
You don't know that. You should know that.
What is the season finale about?
Like you didn't know.
I didn't know we had a season finale.
I thought it's big. It's the sweeps.
All it says is season finale tonight.
And it doesn't say what it is?
What?
They flip a coin to determine what their vacation is going to be.
Okay, you flip a coin to determine what your vacation is going to be.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Is it a good one?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah.
By the way, did you catch you guys last week?
We couldn't believe it.
Yes, we did. We were actually on more than we were the other time.
After all our whining, we were amazed.
Why is it not coming? It's not coming up.
Actually, Mike was on quite a bit more than I was.
I noticed that.
Yeah, I know. Very upset about that.
Yeah, I was pretty shocked that I was on that much.
Buzz, were you able to pull that site up?
Yes, the picture page is loading now. I expect it's slow for myself and for Leah because there are a couple of million people all trying to get on the same
we
site.
all just gave out we just gave out the address.
And now everybody's going to want to.
Now let's get back to Charlie's attitude.
All right, he's here.
Hi, Leah.
Charlie, don't you hi me.
Okay. What do you want?
Wow. What do I want?
Hold on, we're getting the site up here right now.
Hey, Charlie.
Yes, ma'am?
I've noticed an attitude in you since you guys became bigwigs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What do I want?
Well, you said don't hi me.
Talking to Charlie.
Charlie?
You said don't hi me.
This is a little peek behind the scenes because most of this dialogue takes place off the air, so we never get a chance to hear you relating to.
It's usually a lot friendlier.
Yeah. You are,
I'm not
Charlie.
attacked like this.
Hey, sweetie. Usually it's hi, honey. How are you? What do I want?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so what is it you do want?
He's...
I'd just like to point out, Leah, I'd like to point out that's not me or Mike talking like that.
That's Charlie Broyhill.
That's okay.
Giving you that lip.
Charlie, now I know where you're at.
Okay.
No, good, Charlie. We have no need to talk.
Thanks a lot.
Why don't you go do some producer stuff?
I will.
Okay.
It's time to move on, Don.
Good talking to you.
Oh, my God. Oh, my then it's time to move on.
Oh, my God. I can't believe that.
I'll remember that.
Oh, that's it.
On the show.
That's Charlie. I think, Leah, is it safe to say Charlie's going to be dead to you?
Well, we'll see when Charlie calls me to be on the show. We'll see how much.
Don't hold it against me and Mike.
Yeah, don't.
No. If you guys call me directly, that's a different story.
Okay.
But if Charlie tries to call me up beforehand and go, hey, do you have time? Right. We'll see if I take his call.
Oh, my God.
You know what it is, really? I think he still is a little hurt about, the whole I love you April Fool's Day thing.
I'm probably sure that.
But I wasn't responsible for that.
I know you weren't.
And I just said pribly.
That was all you.
Even though it was directed at Charlie, I'm getting nervous.
Hey, has Michelle been able to pull up that website yet?
No, because Michelle's incompetent. How do you do it? No, give me the address. I gave her the address.
www.
No, www.
Number 2.
The number 2.
Then XPOSED.
OSE.
D. 2expos.com.
.com.
Two things wrong.
I spelled it wrong.
All right, so now she's got the right address?
Do you have a dedicated line in your house, Leah? Do you have like a T1 line?
Yes.
Yeah, well, then she'll probably be able to get it faster than we can.
She's yelling at me about the story.
I have all but one of the pictures now.
What now? What are you talking about?
Buzz has already pulled up the pictures on his computer in the next room.
Because I have incompetence in front of me. What do you want from me?
We're kind of desperate to have you see these pictures because it's a side of Charlie you must see.
I don't know if I really want to.
Oh, no, I think you need to see these pictures, Leah.
Yeah, because now you can mock him.
Well, he obviously doesn't care what I think of him.
Especially when
Charlie, I think you have to deal with this.
He's back in the studio.
Come over to the microphone.
He's back here.
I'm sorry.
There you go. That was an unsolicited apology from Charlie Brown.
Why are you sorry, Charlie?
Because I made you mad.
Oh, okay, honey. You're forgiven.
Look at that. Look at how easy it was. It wouldn't be that easy for us, I'll tell you that right now.
All right, hold on. We're pulling it up right now. Recently on the Don and Mike show, here are some hot pics from our last visit. Now, the pictures are still loading. Is this the one of your butt, the one that just says ass?
Yes.
It's the very first one at the top.
That's the one you probably want to go. God, our computers are slow.
Have you got it yet, Leah?
Well, I'm waiting for,
for Michelle?
Yes.
Is she on her knees doing this right now?
Don.
I know. She couldn't hear that.
I know.
Okay.
What are you,
Let me go downstairs. Let me go downstairs.
All right.
Okay, wait.
Are you gonna go to the computer in your exercise room?
Yes. Oh, look how you know everything in the house.
Yeah, I know.
The computer in her exercise room.
As I'm walking down, what have you guys been doing?
We've been going up to New York.
Yeah, we spent half our time in New York now.
And how's it been?
New York-y. It's cool.
Your limo driver in New York emailed me. All right, here.
Richard? Richard?
All occasions, exotic dances.
Yes, that's it. You're on it.
So what do I do?
All right, what does she do, Buzz?
What does she click on, Buzz?
On the left side of that web page.
Up so that I could see the damn hot new pics.
Hot new pics on the left there.
All right, go there.
Click on that.
We still haven't pulled them up here in the studio. This is how slow our computer is.
Recently on the Don and Mike show.
That's it.
Right. And then it says, here are some hot pics from our last visit. And where it says ass.
Pull it up.
That is Charlie's ass.
What is all that on his ass? I don't know.
Those are pimples.
No, it's not. They were spanking me at least 50 times, and those are bruises.
How come our
bruises? Those are bruises.
Wait, pull it up so I could see his ass, Michelle.
We still can't see the pictures here in our studio. This is how slow our computer is.
Well, so now it just says, Charlie, not a bad ass.
Thank you.
But not digging on whatever's on your ass.
Well,
look at this. Internet Explorer.
They beat me about 50 times.
Internet Explorer cannot open internet site. Buzz, Buzz has them on his...
pointed out something, Charlie, that you clenched your butt so that it could look tighter. Here, go to the Don and Mike show.
Do you see him wearing the penis mask?
No, where's that?
Scroll down.
Next picture down.
Scroll down.
Keep going down.
Do I go to the Don and Mike show?
No, just scroll down that same page.
Oh, my God. What is that?
He is wearing a mask that has a giant strap on.
Wait a minute. There's a woman on top of somebody.
Right.
That's me.
That's Charlie. Keep going down the page.
Charlie?
Keep
what
looking.
are you doing?
I had to. It's for the show.
Charlie, did you?
We made him do that, Leah.
We forced him.
Charlie.
I didn't want to.
Are you doing what I think you're doing there?
In the fourth picture
What do
down?
you think I'm doing?
What is it? What is he? Buzz, Mike and I still cannot see the pictures. What is he doing?
Okay, Charlie is underneath a woman
Right.
who's kneeling down. Well, she's crotched.
I don't think we need to go any further. I think we understand. Charlie's got like he's got a mask.
Charlie's face is in her crotch.
Well, he's got a mask on though.
It's because he has like a strap-on mask that has a giant dildo on the end of it.
There is no real contact there.
Oh, there isn't.
No real.
All right, now let's talk about the picture. Charlie with the three ladies. Okay?
See, we're at a disadvantage, Leah. Our computer's not pulled that picture up yet.
The group shot at the bottom?
Now, who are these three women?
Was that Houston?
Houston, Shiloh, Pam.
Pam. Pam. Cooking with Pam.
And I can't remember the...
You want to go see who that is, Leah? That's your phone.
No.
You sure?
Now, two pictures are not coming up. All we have is Charlie with the girl's thing in his face.
Yeah.
He's bound up.
He sure is.
Yeah, they tied him up.
Charlie bound up with a what piece on him? With a cod piece.
A cod piece. Oh, Michelle probably. Yeah, that's the lingo. Michelle knows all that.
Yeah, of course she
How
does.
do you know that?
She has them. She's Michelle.
He said you're Michelle.
Of course she knows about that.
It's all those clubs. It's those clubs Michelle goes to.
Of course.
Of course Michelle knows about that. So there's...
Horrendous. What?
There he is. There's Charlie Broyhill.
So what do you think, Leah? What do you think of old Charlie Broyhill now that you've seen those pictures?
I think Charlie has a lot going on that I don't know about.
There you go. Sure he does.
I think of Charlie as an innocent, sweet producer.
No, not at all.
Look at that.
Not by a long shot.
Now, today, I've seen an ugly side of him, and that's okay, because he apologized.
Right?
Yes.
But I've seen this ugly side of him. And now I'm seeing Charlie in a woman's crotch.
He's been in a few women's crotches before, though, Leah.
Just the first time it's been photographed.
Oh, my
But
God.
Charlie,
Yes?
I don't know you like that.
Why not?
Why not?
That's the real Charlie you're seeing right there.
Yeah, the real Charlie. That's the way he dresses at home.
Charlie, you don't have a girlfriend, do you, Charlie?
No, I don't.
Charlie, did you go on a blind date recently? Who went on a blind date that you guys were talking about?
Oh, it was probably our engineer.
Yeah, our engineer. We sent Wendell out.
I don't think you've met him.
I think Wendell's found romance with his blind date, too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Right, just some girl who listened to the show called about... I mean, not a girl, a woman.
A woman called up when we were talking to our assistant engineer, Wendell.
Hey, you know what, Leah, I don't think... Have we ever given you the sex quiz?
No.
Okay. All right, let's give... You know what? I'm going to give Leah the sex quiz. Then we're going to give Michelle the sex quiz.
Excellent. Who was the last celebrity we gave the sex quiz to?
Probably Greg Brady. Or maybe Tony Perkins from Good Morning America.
That's true. All right.
All right, are you ready, Leah?
Yeah.
Leah Remini.
Yeah.
Have you ever engaged in three-way or more sex?
No.
No.
Are you keeping score, Buzz?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Leah, have you ever had sex while menstruating?
No.
Really?
Well, maybe the fourth day.
Okay.
All right, that's a yes.
Have you ever had a lesbian experience?
Not really. When I was a little girl, though, we used to make out with our girlfriends.
All right, that counts. That's a yes.
Have you ever made love in your parents' home?
My parents' home. Yes.
Have you ever enjoyed hot interracial sex?
No.
Have you ever J.O.'d in front of...
Wait. What's interracial to you?
Well, you know, that could be Angela.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll give her a yes.
Give her a yes for that one.
Yes.
Have you ever J.O.'d in front of others?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Leah, have you ever had sex in a public place?
Is it a beach?
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
I'm lying a little bit. It was a beach house on the beach.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you ever been filmed or photographed while having sex?
By others or by somebody I knew?
It doesn't matter. Either way. Yes. Wow.
Have you ever had sex in the no-no spot?
No.
Okay.
Good for you. That's
Don't
my
like that
girl.
answer.
Well, why'd I get buzzed, though?
Because you answered no. I mean,
The buzz is for a no answer.
but still, that's the right answer. That's my girl.
All right.
Leah.
Yeah.
Oh, you made me so embarrassed to ask you this question. But it's on the quiz.
Yes.
Do you swallow?
Only if I'm trying to show off.
Okay.
That's a yes, though. That's an affirmative.
Leah, have you J.O.'d today?
No.
Have you ever had sex in a car?
Yes.
Have you ever had a one-night stand or sex with a stranger?
Yes.
And the final question, Leah Remini, what is your total number of sexual partners?
Not gonna do it.
Come on. You can lie.
You can give us a ball.
5.
Well, come on, though. Give us a ballpark.
Yeah, ballpark. Rough estimate.
20?
10?
10. That's the average.
15?
Okay.
All right, 15.
15 is the average. Very good.
15 is
now,
the
Buzz
answer.
is going to tabulate your score, and we're going to see how you compare to
How'd
everybody
you do,
else.
Buzz?
I'm frankly a little surprised.
Why?
She got more yes answers on her quiz than I did.
Wow!
That's not true, Buzz.
She had
You
10.
some freaky.
No, Leah!
That's true.
We
That's
might
true,
have
Leah.
we might have the new winner.
Leah, you're so bad.
That's
What do you mean? Why am I
fantastic.
bad?
I don't think she's the new champion because we tested somebody recently who came in, I think, with 12 or higher.
Okay. All right.
Didn't Lisa have? How many did Lisa
I
have?
think it was.
Or was
I think.
it Bloody Beth? There are interns.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Somebody, one of them.
Hold on, Lisa.
Lisa's coming in.
Lisa, how many yes answers did you have?
I had 9.
Oh,
9
okay.
yes answers. And as you read 10, I put my hands up in the air real high and said, yes, I am no longer the show's whore. No offense.
Oh, don't say that. Say that.
No.
Say, have you met Leah Remini?
Leah,
say
it's
that.
so nice to meet you.
Oh, my.
I just got a lot
Oh,
of
dear.
flack from, that's how I got my nickname, Lisa the Nympho.
Hold on. Hold on.
Did
No.
she call me a whore?
No, she did not.
No,
she didn't.
No,
No, she
my
did
name
not.
on the show is Lisa the Nympho, so I wouldn't call anybody
Check it
else.
out.
Well, let's
Lisa.
guys, hold on, everybody.
Wait,
let's have a nice
Lisa.
introduction here. Leah Remini, say hi to Lisa, our
Lisa
intern.
the Nympho.
I'm not an intern.
Lisa.
All right, Lisa the
What's
nympho,
up, Leah? How
sorry.
you doing?
Lisa, don't you think that some of the answers that I said no to, like, don't you think that
What?
questions have something to do with who you are? Now, if I said yes to a 3-way, that would be different.
You said
Right.
yes to a 3-way.
No,
what?
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't.
I was talking to
There are
Lisa,
certain
not you,
things-
Leah.
Certain things that, like if you do once and that counts against you, you know, like how we discussed.
Right.
But I think it's a fairly accurate way to. But I don't feel like I'm a nympho.
Who you are? You got 9 right. All right, get out of here, Lisa. Come on.
Bye.
Bye, Lisa.
Bye,
I think
Leah.
that I'm
Get out
still
of
a
here.
good girl because I think the inappropriate questions I said no to.
Sorry for calling you a nympho, Lisa. I mean, an intern.
Right.
Nympho.
She's the nympho. She's not the intern, Mike.
She was insulted by me calling her an intern.
Well, she's paid.
Yes, nympho is okay.
All right, let's get back to what I said.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, you were saying.
Now, usually you go through the sex quiz and you analyze each of the yes answers.
Let me see, Buzz. Give me the questions that Leah had yes to.
Number 2 was the first yes.
And she answered that one. Sex while menstruating on the 4th day. The lesbian experience. She said it was a kiss with a little girl. How old were you when you kissed the girl?
Probably about 10.
Okay. Made love in your parents' house. Was that a yes, Buzz?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Interracial sex. That counts with Angelo. Okay, here you go. Have you ever J.O.'d in front of others? Who have you J.O.'d in? Who have you J.O.'d in front of? There's nothing wrong with it. We're just asking.
Some guy I didn't want to have sex with. So I got
There you go.
Brilliant.
That's
a good
great.
answer.
That is a great answer.
And not to mention, I wasn't really getting there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, I do understand.
All
It
right.
was like all an act.
Sex in a public place. You said that was at a beach.
Well, you know, we got to go back on that one since we're getting to the high numbers here. You're saying a beach house,
Right.
like inside of a beach house?
No, outside of the beach house, so it would constitute as a public place.
Okay.
Place.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Who filmed or photographed you while having sex?
Well, no, we photographed ourselves.
Okay.
We
Well,
videotaped ourselves, which, by the way, I
Brother.
would not recommend ever again.
Brother, when did you do that?
When I first met Angelo.
well, you never know. And I'll tell you, when you're a major star, you know, and now that you've got the seat,
Yeah, you don't want that tape floating around.
I swear to God, you know, Michelle's going to be down there selling that to somebody. That's going to be all over the, the cable.
No, well, I already erased it because I actually didn't like the way I looked.
Okay. All right.
I was really horrified. But can I tell you what I did that I thought was really funny?
What?
There was Angelo kind of, in his thing, right? But so he's not really aware that I'm facing the camera at this point. And I looked at the camera and I smiled and I gave a thumbs up because I knew that when we watched it, he would be hysterical laughing. His eyes were closed.
That's so funny. That is so
But I
funny.
did it for the sheer comedy of it. I mean,
Right. I would say a lot of people probably do that.
Yeah, but it really was horrifying when I saw it because I did. You think you look a certain way when you have sex,
Yeah, it's gross.
and I really didn't.
I know, it's gross.
I mean, I was horrified. I was like, I don't know how.
I tell you, but you're a good-looking person, and you think you look a certain way. I'm saying, for most people that aren't necessarily all that good-looking, we have a total fantasy life thinking about the way we look when we have sex.
Oh, it must be a mess to see us having sex.
Oh, I can imagine that, seeing that on
No, but
videotape.
I thought I looked. I had in my head a way I was going to look, and then when I saw it, it wasn't anything like it.
Did it diminish the experience the next time you did have sex?
Oh, yeah, I felt like an idiot. I go, this is what I look like, and it's not what I have in my head.
Would you like an outside opinion on that?
She already erased the tape. Yeah, she erased the tape.
You could still go out and get another tripod. Make me a movie.
Yeah, you could do the videotaping yourself.
Now listen, here's the one that really matters. You said no to the no-no spot. That's the correct answer, Leah. That is an exit, not an entrance. Don't you ever forget that.
I will never.
You do swallow on to make a good impression.
Yes.
Right.
You have not JO'd today. When did you have sex in a car?
When I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
When I was like 17.
And your one-night stand and sex with a stranger?
Well, it wasn't really sex with... I mean, to me, a one-night stand is sex with a stranger.
Yeah, all right. It's the same thing.
When was that?
Years ago.
Was it a major Hollywood producer?
No, not at all.
Okay.
God forbid I would have had a film, maybe, but... no, it was just this guy. I met him, he smelled good, and I was like, all right, I'm young.
And this number 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's analyze this.
Can I really, honestly, can I double that?
No.
Can I halvesy it?
No.
I mean, can I add 7.5 to it? Maybe 22.5?
No.
So you think 15 might actually be close to the real number?
Yeah, does that sound right, or is that slutty, or what? What do you think? What's the average number for a gal my age?
The latest survey I read said 10, but those women were probably lying.
But you have a TV show.
Yeah.
So I think with a TV show you get an extra 5.
Why?
You throw in, I don't know, I just thought I'd say that.
Hollywood privilege. Celebrity privilege.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah, that's right.
Celebrity.
Your TV star bonus.
Absolutely.
So what is it?
You're going to add 5 because I'm on television?
All right, then let's make it 20.
I don't want to make it 20. I don't know if it's 20.
Probably 15. How many were you? I forgot how many you were.
A horrendous number, over 40.
Oh my God.
Over 40, really?
Dom was over 40.
Really?
How many were you?
And I've been married to Frida for 18 years.
Right. How many were you, Buzz?
I think I was 40 or 50, right in that neighborhood.
Jesus, that's
wow.
Yeah.
I think I was
like you, Mike?
I was probably 3 or 4. Leah.
Oh, he's friggin' lying to you. He's lying to you.
I don't know, Leah. I don't remember when I was given. I was given the quiz. I was given the quiz very early on. About maybe 35. Maybe.
I think really Rob had the lowest number. Rob, you were below 10, right? 6? 6. And I think you're...
He's lying.
No, he's not.
No, Rob's a Boy Scout.
And I believe that your angelic Charlie Broyhill was the winner among all of us.
Yeah, with like 50. I think 50 plus.
It was over 50.
Yeah, it was like 60.
Are you kidding
me? You bet. No, absolutely. And he was telling the truth.
Although, listen to this. Do you know that a couple of weeks ago we had, that guy Greg Brady?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Greg
Brady.
Brady.
Barry Williams?
Yeah.
He was between 80 and 100.
Incredible. Mm-hmm.
And we think it might have been higher. That's all he would admit to, between 80 and 100.
He left the studio and said, see you later, Wilt. Absolutely.
That is a lot.
It sure is.
But I think males in the entertainment industry, when they're young and they have a hit show, that's about right.
And I think, and then we were, but, our jaws hit the floor when he said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little much.
That's a lot. You got a lot.
For a female sitcom person, that really doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not a way for women. I mean, women are not running around going, looking at the extras going, who can I have sex with?
20 is not a number to be ashamed of, though.
No.
20?
You're trying to make that number 20 for her, right?
I think it is 20.
You think it is?
Why do you think it's 20?
But because you got defensive about it. Because when I said, at first you said...
the slut by your intern.
She's not an intern, she's an info.
No, now listen. When she called you a slut, and she didn't call you a slut.
No.
I think she called you a whore.
She said, I'm not a slut anymore.
She said she's not the number one, Yeah,
right.
She said.
I don't think that had anything to do...
I don't think Leah's number one in women, too. I think they're women with a higher number.
I don't think that had anything to do with your answer about the number of partners. It was the number of yes answers that you had.
But I think the answers have something to do with, that is indicative of who you are. Now, if I said, yes, I got it up the, and yes, I had this, and yes, I had that,
Right.
By saying, yes, I had sex in my family's house, well, I mean, the fact that I paid the rent, doesn't that make a difference?
Lisa will be sending you a letter of apology, Leah. We'll require it.
A big letter, I promise.
No, it's not really her, but you guys are kind of like, yeah, I mean, wow, she answered yes to so many questions. Now, Buzz, on the other hand, had sex with another woman.
That's right. It's a double standard, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It is. She is. Leah has enlightened us as to a double standard, and that is Buzz.
Very unfair.
Buzz is like a turbo.
Buzz is a whore.
But Buzz, you understand what I'm saying?
Used to be. Well, sort of, except people have different standards. And some people might object to a yes answer to one question, and other people might object to a yes answer to another
I can't
question.
see anybody objecting to anything I just said.
Oh, no, of course not. They shouldn't, anyway.
Exactly.
Leah, you were a great sport to take the friggin' quiz.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like this analysis on the quiz. I mean, we're getting into the really deep issues concerning the sex quiz, which we haven't before. And I credit Miss Leah Remini for that.
Bravo.
For this exploratory surgery.
Very honest and open she is about
She
this.
always has
Ron and
been.
Mike.
Yes.
Michelle is giving me crap about what I told you after I just took a sex quiz. She's sitting here shaking her head no at me and then whispered, I can't believe you told them.
She's a dirty birdie.
Okay, I thought you were going to give her the sex quiz.
Yeah, let's put the dirty birdie on.
Get on the phone, whore.
Let me give her that. Yeah, whore. Pick up whore.
Hello?
Michelle.
Yes.
Hi, are you ready to take the sex quiz that Leah just took?
Sure.
Okay, be honest.
All right.
Be honest, Michelle, because I'll say you're lying.
She will.
Michelle, have you ever engaged in three-way or more sex?
Yes.
Michelle, Michelle, have you ever had sex while menstruating?
Yes or no? And what was
I'm
the
thinking.
date?
Hold on. Yeah, one.
Okay, fine. That's it.
Wait a minute. I think this is a little additive to that question. You have to ask what day, because I think a pig would have sex on their first day. Real heavy flow. Not good.
Was it on your first day, Michelle?
No, it was at the end.
See?
All right.
Okay.
Very good.
He's not.
Michelle, have you ever had a lesbian experience?
Yes or no, Michelle?
Michelle?
Yes.
Yes. Michelle, have you ever made love in your
Wait
parents?
a minute. How old were you, Michelle?
I was younger than I am now.
Leah, we will do the heavy recap after she answers.
Let's get her through these questions, Leah.
All right, go ahead.
Michelle, have you ever made love in your parents' home?
No.
Michelle, have you ever enjoyed hot interracial love?
No.
Michelle, have you ever J.O.'d in front of others?
No.
Michelle, have you ever had sex in a public place?
No.
Leah's dressing room counts. Michelle, have you ever been filmed or photographed while having sex?
No.
Michelle, have you ever had sex in the no-no spot?
The no-no spot?
You know.
It's a bad place.
No.
No, the answer is no. Michelle, do you swallow?
Yes.
Have you J.O.'d today?
No.
Michelle, have you ever had sex in a car?
Yes, you have. You
No, I'm thinking. Hold on.
Today, Michelle, this is live.
I don't think so.
Michelle, have you ever had a one-night stand or sex with a stranger?
Yes.
And Michelle, what is your total number of sexual partners?
Wow, that's a little personal, don't you think?
We've all answered it. Every one of us has answered the question.
And what were other people's answers?
It's varied anywhere from 100 down to 6, 3 or 4.
What was Leah's answer?
15. About. Probably less.
Come on, just the honest answer, Michelle.
About 50.
Wait a minute. Are you serious?
Serious?
50.
Well, okay.
50.
I was really bad when I was younger. What can I say?
50. Yeah! We have a new winner. Yeah! We have a new champion.
Bravo!
It's all relative.
Congratulations, Michelle.
Look at that.
It's disgusting. Michelle?
Look at that. Oh, like you're surprised by that.
I am.
That's great.
Please, like you're surprised.
50.
No, before I got married, I was pretty bad.
Wow.
Jesus
Fantastic.
And I've been good since then.
We appreciate your honesty, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
Hang up.
All right, hang up now, Michelle. Hang up.
Oh, that's all you wanted me for, huh?
That's right.
Thank you. Everybody takes the sex quiz. We
Like
appreciate
all
it.
the
That's
other...
all we wanted, just like the other 49 before your husband.
Oh, my... Michelle!
What is she doing?
Oops, did you have to beep that?
No.
No, what did you say?
No, it's
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
Oh, all right.
Okay, bye.
She must have said something bad.
Jeez.
We couldn't hear it, though.
Boy, that's incredible. That's your assistant there, Leah.
Well, she quit.
She quit.
Yeah, she quit.
did.
When did she quit?
She quit, when did you quit? Last month, Michelle? Yeah.
So now she's just your friend?
No, she's got to help the other girl learn, her...
Learn the ropes?
Oh, you're breaking in a new one, huh?
Exactly.
Oh, right. Okay. A lot of training.
I don't know if she's going to answer these questions.
Well, that's okay. We can try.
The new one?
Yeah, the new one is not going to do that.
Oh, sure she will. Sure she will.
I don't know. We might have to work on her a little bit.
You just get her from the same whore planet as Michelle came from.
Oh, God.
Really?
Have you hired the new assistant yet?
Yes.
And who's the celebrity she most resembles?
Nicole Kidman.
Really?
Really?
Wow. Does she look like Nicole Kidman, Jamie? Yeah.
Yeah, like a smaller version.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
How can you get a smaller version of Nicole Kidman? What do you put her in your pocket?
Like 5'10" or 6 foot or something.
Wow. Really? All right.
Yeah.
Listen. All right, Michelle, hang up, please.
Yeah.
Just a private conversation.
This is what happens when they don't work for you anymore.
Yes, I know.
Hang up!
Lisa, thank you.
There you go.
Listen, Leah, we got to go.
All right.
Love you. Everybody will watch the season finale of King of Queens tonight at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on the CBS.
Oh, thank you very much.
And please remember that it's not Mike or myself keeping our relationship apart. It's Charles Broyhill.
I know, but for the record, I want you to know that I called you.
And we know that you called us.
Right.
And we said to him, it's late in the show, call her back.
And we want this relationship to continue. You know that.
But he didn't.
He didn't.
Again, today.
Because he's a dick.
Leah, let me tell you something, and I think we all know this, okay? Charlie's really not important.
Okay.
There you go. Okay?
No, he apologized. He's
Yes, he did.
All right, it was an insincere apology, but an apology nonetheless.
That's just the way he is. But, as long as the three of us can get along, that's all that really matters.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
I love you guys.
All right.
I'm so happy to talk to you.
Love you, Leah. Hope to see you soon.
All right, baby.
All right.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, my darling.
She's a great lady.
There she is. TV's Leah Remini.
Yeah. Man, that was one of the best ones.
Always an adventure with Leah.
Absolutely.
And Michelle, the whore.
Did he?
But only 5 yeses. Well,
oh, really? Only 5 yeses?
Yeah, one of the lowest scores. Touch tapping, touch tones right there. Clear these lines out.
So it's just lots and lots and lots of conservative sex.
Lisa, who's still a nymph. I don't care how many yes answers Leah got.
Yeah, sorry for calling you an intern.
You nympho. Be the 100th caller right now. Call Lisa. She's standing by, along with our other gal, Toya Swallows.
Toya!
2 girls on the phone right now. Phone number 877-365-3636. Be the 100th caller to crack the secret sound right now.
Pork. They like to eat it and love to do it. Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
Sure do. Sure do. Yeah. There's the touch tone. Time for call 100. Right now. Hello, Don and Mike show.
I was saying if I was caller 100.
Yes, you are. What's your name, please?
Glenn DeWeese.
Glenn DeWeese. Glenn DeWeese.
That's an interesting name, Glenn DeWeese.
That could be a girl's name, Glenda, right?
No, not Glenda. Glenn DeWeese.
Like I said, Glenda.
Yes.
Glenn DeWeese.
Well, we hope you're Glenn DeWinner today.
Where you calling from, Glenn?
Greenville, South Carolina.
Shocker. You won the 6 cents prize pack. Order the 6 cents tonight from Cox Cable In Demand. But wait, there's more. You've also qualified for our weekly giveaway this Friday. Somebody, and maybe you, wins a vacation for 2 to Salt Lake City, Utah for the Sundance Film Festival. Trip includes round-trip air, 3 nights hotel, and tickets to films during the festival. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, winner of 4 Academy Awards, now available, totally remastered, on sale at video stores everywhere. Are you ready to go for the big bucks?
Yes.
$500 online with secret sound number 2. Now your clues, I should say, are that it's a sound that I'm afraid regular listeners of this show don't hear very often.
Okay.
Yep.
Think hygiene.
Man.
Are you ready?
If it's hygiene, that sort of blew what the answer I had.
Okay, we'll play.
Well, now you might have to think on your feet. You think you can do that, Glenn DeWeese?
Sure.
We'll play you the sound now. We wish you Godspeed. Please don't answer until Mike. Things like
BG.
BGOTZ.
Caller, name this sound.
There it is. And, of course, BGOTZ is Bob Goulet on the zoo. Do you know, if we had been based in New York today, we could have had Goulet actually come by the show.
Oh, man.
It's been about 10 years since we've had him on.
The odds are in my favor. Yeah!
Hey, don't we have an endorsement tape from Robert Goulet? Yeah. Would you find that, please?
This is Robert Goulet.
Listen, Glenda. For $500, what is that sound?
I'm going to stick with my original answer and say a time clock.
Yes, I always.
We're sorry.
No, most of your listeners are unemployed. They didn't hear that sound very often.
Not a time clock. Thank you. Hold the line, please. Remember, almost every guest is a clue
for you.
Clue for you.
Hi, this is Robert Goulet, and I never listen to Don Geronimo and Mike O'Meara. Oh, God, why me?
Yeah, he remembered us. If we had been up in New York at NEW today, he's in New York today, we would have had him on.
We've had a lot of people on the show, and some people have signed stuff for us, and it's my favorite signed picture was given to me by Robert Goulet, and it said, Mike, thanks for keeping my career dormant. I always like that one.
Goulet on the zoo.
Very show busy.
On the zoo. Now, is Matt calling back?
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't.
Matt Elliott, when we were in the middle of the sex quiz with Leah Remini, called in from Scotland, where he called the Scottish Claymores game this weekend. He was calling in for a little instant critique.
We should share with Matt that you gave him kind of a rave review for his performance over the
weekend. He did very well when he called his NFL Europe game. Well, he's not on the phone now. Charlie Borehill wanted me to remind you again that we still have 3 spots open for the Dewey Beach Ice House.
Yes, ladies, there are 3 more openings for just girls who would like to go down and enjoy a free week at the beach.
Right, and that starts this Friday. Okay, this Friday through the Memorial Day weekend and all next week. You'll be living out your life every day on the show, and this is all courtesy of Ice House Beer at the Dewey Beach Ice House with homosexual Joseph. Girls, we have 3 more spots open. It's a giant beach house, and the phone number is 877-365-3636.
Excellent.
Now, I'm wondering if we should start to get into the Dennis Murphy stuff now, or if we should wait till tomorrow, because frankly, I mean, I don't know. I want to hear it. We've got roughly an hour of tape of Dennis going to dinner and then taking Cheryl, the high school senior, to her prom on Saturday night.
Very good.
We have accompanying video that we can watch. Well, no, I bet this is Matt right now. Is that 444 ringing? All right, well then, hold off on the Dennis thing for a second.
Okay.
All right, here he comes. Hey, Maddie.
Buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the newest star of Fox Sports, calling us from Scotland, still wearing his kilt.
Have I ever taken it off?
Here is Matt Elliott. Now, Matt, I had to be one of the 5 to 8 people who were actually watching yesterday.
Let's see, other than my mom and my dad.
When the Scottish Claymores played, and I'll repeat now what I told Mike and everybody earlier today, you did great, and you cracked my ass up when they went to that shot in the booth, and you're really wearing a kilt. Really. I mean, it was really like laugh out loud funny.
Well, there was a problem with the satellite. We were actually wearing them in the pregame. There were 3 minutes of pregame that we shot, and we shot it from about the waist up or about mid-chest. And the last 30 seconds, we pulled back, and myself and the host, Paul Kennedy, were wearing our kilts. And I actually asked him if he would like me to show him that I wear my kilt like a true Scotsman, and started pulling it up, and I don't know.
Well, you did good. I mean, you really did good.
Well, I made a few glaring errors, but pretty good for a rookie, I think.
I thought you were very comfortable. You know, Mike said on a scale of 1 to 10 to give you a grade, I thought you were like a mid-7. You're real good.
That's great, Matt. So did you feel comfortable doing it? Were you happy with the way everything went?
You know, it's football. It's not rocket science. I felt real comfortable with it. It's just the one real crappy part about doing games over here is that you don't have the same number of cameras. We did that entire broadcast, I think, with 5 cameras. Say, like the Super Bowl, you have upwards of 50 cameras. So you can isolate on every player, and you always have the exact replay that you want. And so that's one of the problems. The other problem was that I could hardly hear a freaking thing. Because I don't know if you were able to tell by the broadcast, but the entire field is circled by a track, and they put big concert-type monitors down around the track to pump up the PA system and put volume. And the only mics that were picking that up were the ones right on my head, but it was still so loud I could rarely hear my play-by-play guy, and never once heard my producer in the booth that was telling me when replays were coming up and stuff. So it was a bit of a Mongolian cluster bungle in that respect.
Matt, you couldn't even tell. I thought you did real good. I
had a lot of fun.
You know what I thought was the best part of that, and I've noticed not only on the game that you did, but the other games, they have the coaches with the microphones, and the quarterbacks, and like they were dropping the S-bomb, and the F-bomb.
Did you hear towards the end of the game, Frankfurt decided not to go for it on a 4th and 1?
I told Mike, when the quarterback comes off and he goes,
Are you using me?
Are you
using me?
I told Mike, that's the funniest goddamn thing I ever said. This quarterback comes off and he goes, are you S-ing me? And I mean, he says it clear as a bell.
Yeah,
now,
Don was talking about that before. Now, are you guys told to low-key that when that happens, not to spotlight it, not to make a deal of it?
Well, it was never brought up to me specifically, but I thought better taste would be better part of valor at that point, and I decided not to say a thing.
Well, I mean, it was the funniest thing.
I heard a few F-words fly here and there because sometimes they didn't know exactly, because you had 6 mics that the director was responsible for, and that's a lot of input at that point, and sometimes they left a few open on the sideline of these quarterbacks, and they were, F-ing this and F-ing that, and I could hear it, and I'm thinking to myself, God, I wonder if this is making it on air.
It was.
Matty, now what's the deal with what they tell you? Where's the end of the road with this? What's the best possible scenario? The best
possible scenario, in all honesty, is that I take these 2 games that I do, because I have Frankfurt at Amsterdam again this Sunday, and I take these and I whittle it down to 10 solid minutes, which is the longest you want to make an audition tape, and I send it to the right people. I send it to ESPN, I send it to Fox, I send it to a lot of people that do. I don't know if I can step into an NFL broadcast booth at this point, just because of seniority and timing, but I certainly think that I could get this to the right people and step into a pretty decent college conference system and be their play-by-play guy.
Right. So what's
their color man?
What's your game this weekend? You're doing
Frankfurt at Amsterdam.
All right, the Frankfurt Galaxy at the Amsterdam.
Oh, my God, Matt Elliott in Amsterdam. Oh, my God. No, he'll never make it to the game.
When do you get to go to Amsterdam?
Thursday, I'd like a quarter pounder and the hashish brownie, please.
And then a BJ. When do you get to go?
I leave Thursday because Wednesday, Mike, you'll like this, I'm playing Royal Troon.
Oh, that's a great golf course. You'll have a great time doing
I
that.
hope so.
All right, listen, you did great. Call next week. I'm going to run tape on you next week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so we'll play some highlights next week.
Well, okay, what's our code word then?
Ah, that's right. We need a code word. That's good for Matt when he's calling the game.
See, I have friends back in Indianapolis that said the over-under was 1 game. How many games it would take for me to offend an entire continent?
All right, how about the word is geesh?
Say again?
Geesh. That's our code word.
Geesh?
That's our code word for jizz. I know you couldn't say jizz.
Right.
So it's geesh. Geesh.
Yes, and find some clever way to work geesh into
well,
your...
you know I'm not very clever.
I know. I think you're very clever.
But you got a week to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Like if something really bad happens, oh, man, oh, geesh. You don't know, they just think that's you being you.
You could even make it up.
So I shouldn't say something to the extent that someone scores that, boy, he looks like he's just geezing all over himself.
Now, that would be the proper use of the word.
Okay.
All right, we'll talk to you next week then.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
All right, goodbye, Matt.
Hey, he did good.
You know, I think he's going to do okay in that. I really do. He's got the... did he not sound calmer than we've ever had him on the radio?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if anything yesterday, that would be the only rap I'd have against him, is that he wasn't animated enough.
Right, well, that's good.
He was laid back, and maybe it's because he couldn't hear stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, that was the funniest thing. The quarterback, are you S-ing me?
Right.
Are you effing S-ing me?
And you know Matt. Matt will work geesh into the play-by-play. It's into the color commentary.
Right. Hello, Don and Mike show.
Don and Mike?
Yes.
Hi, my name's Liz. I was calling about the beach house.
Oh, beach house.
Wonderful.
Yes. Beautiful. Well, Liz, we found out it's a gigantic place.
Oh, that's great.
Sleeps 8.
Hey, wonderful.
Sleeps 8. So you'd like to go?
Yeah, I would love to go.
Beautiful. Where are you calling from?
My car right now, but Rockville.
Rockville? How old are you, Liz?
I'm 26.
And the celebrity you think you most resemble?
Actually, you could probably ask Charlie Stossel. I'm the one who went out on a date with him.
Wow. Charlie will be thrilled. Are you one of the women that Charlie hates?
I hope not. We had a fun time, but we just never caught up again after that.
Are you the girl that we ordered to give him manual relief?
Yes, you did, and no, it did not happen.
It didn't happen. Did you kind of give Charlie the blow-off?
Oh, no, we played phone tag for a while, and now neither one of us have caught up with each other.
Well, listen, who cares? It'll drive Stossel crazy. Of course. that a girl who he went out with one time is going to be at the beach house.
Yeah, maybe he'll be driving down to the beach to check out a theater site.
I would love to see him. He was a very nice guy.
Liz, you're in.
And who was the celebrity when we were talking to you the first time that we thought you looked like?
I don't know, but recently I've been told Angie Everhart, but I don't know. There's, you know, who knows?
Okay, hold on a second.
All right.
Who is Angie Everhart?
I think he's a model.
Okay, well, if she's a model, she's probably hot.
Lovely.
Okay, good. Oh, she's lovely, Buzz?
Yes, she is.
Hello, it's Don and Mike show.
Lovely.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
How are you? What's up?
That's why I love Buzz. Just comes to the sense of his expert opinion from the corner.
Lovely. She's lovely. Lovely. You are unmistakably lovely.
Well, Leah, it all depends on your point of reference.
Let me tell you right now, I've looked at all the other girls in the room. You were lovely.
Lovely. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, buddy.
What's going on?
Sir, can I tell you something?
Sure.
You're lovely.
What can we do for you?
Why, thank you. I appreciate the sentiment.
What do you want?
Listen, I was just wondering, do you guys still have that big, taboo on saying where the pilot sits in a plane?
You mean the cockpit?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't do a whole big thing about that, right?
Well, then, if that still holds, what idiot went out and signed up Cox Cable as a sponsor, man?
Where are our friends? Where are our little insect
I'm
friends?
looking for them right now.
We're just trying to find our little insect friends right now.
Okay.
There they are.
There they are.
There they are. Ha ha. Ha ha.
Thanks, guys.
Ha ha. That's Commander Funny calling.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
He runs Chuckles.
President Giggles. Hello.
Yeah, I got some info about the word geesh.
Need the info.
All right, well, I hope you're better than Lieutenant Guffaw there.
It's an actual piercing. It's right above the anus and below the scrotum.
Oh, right. Dear. Okay.
We thought it was a made-up word we're using. We've never heard of it before.
It really is. I work in a tattoo shop in Sacramento out here, and it's called the geesh.
Yeah, we know that's where they keep all the medical dictionaries.
Thank you. Hello, Don and Mike show. Please, for the love of Christ, turn your radio down. Hello, Don and Mike.
Yeah, I'd like to speak to Don and Mike.
You're on the air.
Hey, Don, Angie Everhart. Did you ever see Bordello Blood with Dennis Miller?
Bordello of Blood?
No, never.
The Tales from the Crypt deal.
Never did. Is she hot?
Well, yeah, she's pretty hot.
Well, we'll find out when she gets down to the beach house.
All right, beautiful. Thank you, my friend. Hello, Don and Mike show.
Yeah, hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, buddy.
1969, it's on the internet right now. David Letterman did a college radio show, and he had a secret sound contest.
You know, I hate to make it sound like we invented everything in the world, like I did before when I talked about the guy from Las Vegas, but that tape of David Letterman from 1969 that you're picking up on the internet
right,
probably was recorded from our show when we played that tape.
Oh, you had that? Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I just thought it was funny, and I thought I would share it with you.
Yeah, we played the disc jockey David Letterman tape. It was hysterical.
And that's his girlfriend who's pretending to be the caller who doesn't know what the sound is.
Gotcha.
That is a fake call.
Gotcha. Just wanted to share. I'm glad you know about it.
Just remember, we started everything.
That's right.
So Don and Mike are far ahead of you, right?
Don and Mike are a god.
There you go.
Thank you.
Good.
Goodbye. You got it there, Robbie? Hey, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, listen, here it is.
Flagship station of the Ball State University campus station, WAGO, Boss Radio 57, Wagner Hall, Muncie.
22 this week in the top 30 plus 15, the flirtations, and nothing but a heartache. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dave Letterman, and you're listening to the Dave Letterman radio program, the radio program which asks the question, oh, excuse me, there's the telephone. Good evening, WAGO. May I help you? You're looking for a Gaboon Viper? Well, have you tried over in the library? Well, the lighting's much better over there. We'll see you a little later, clown. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to take any more of these crank phone calls. Something about the hooded merganser. Anyway, this is all you have to do to win a swell prize tonight here at WAGO. Now, correctly identify this sound. Did you hear?
Right, is that the tape you're talking about?
That's it.
Right, well, that was a tape that I'm sure someone taped on our radio show.
Gotcha.
Beautiful. Where do all things begin?
Don and Mike show.
Thank you.
Bingo, another lesson learned.
Thank you.
Wonderful job.
Bye-bye.
He didn't want to come around. That caller didn't.
No.
He wanted to be Mr. Smarty Pants, and he did it grudgingly.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, Don and Mike.
Hey, my friend.
Hey, that the guy that was calling before this about the geese.
Yes.
That's actually not the geese. It's the taint, because it taints your balls and it taints your ass.
Yeah, I think we're familiar with the taint.
We know what the taint is. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, I was wondering what you guys thought about the new Leah Remini commercial for Quaker State. Have you guys seen that yet?
Okay. Hello, I'm going to have to give the same lecture again.
Here we go.
We saw the Leah Remini commercial for Quaker State 2 freaking months ago when it first came out, and we talked about it then. Where do all... Answer my question. Where do all things begin?
On the Don and Mike Show.
Right.
Bingo.
Right.
Our God.
Another lesson learned.
Super jock.
Thank you. Hello. Oh, you think I was being a little Larry Lou Jack?
It was great, though. I loved it. I really did.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Dinosaur would get 4 stars if left a chance.
All right, hold on. That guy's reading ahead.
Yes.
Larry King has a killer column today.
And a killer photograph of his son.
Killer column. We'll do that. We come right back. Stay right here.
Never a fuster cluck. The Don and Mike Show.
Toya's not back yet, huh?
He hasn't come out yet? That's incredible.
Mike and I just went into the bathroom to pee. I mean, as it turns out, we only get so many commercial breaks during the show, and we normally try to stagger it so we don't look like homos going in the bathroom at the same time.
But occasionally, if we do a rather long segment, we'll go in there at the same time.
We did like nearly an hour with Leah, and then a whole big talk with Matt Elliott. So we both go in. Mike was standing at the urinal, and I walked in to go to the first stall, and the first thing I said, I said, God, it smells like ass in here. And Mike said...
what I said, well, you know what it is? It's somebody that's in here and somebody who has not done a courtesy flush before, and I thought this person had already left, so I rant and rave, and I say, this is someone who just doesn't have the decency to do the courtesy flush and sits there for a half an hour with BM underneath them, and I'm screaming this at the top of my lungs.
And then I screamed back, well, it's not in my toilet that I'm peeing into. It must be in the handicap stall. So listen to this. So we get done, and we're both, and then we continue, backwards. God, smells like ass in here.
Who was doing that? That was such a long time. And I go over to wash my hands, and Don's still in the other stall taking care of business. As I go off, I walk by the stall, and I notice the door is shut, and I'm like, oh, my God, someone was still in there. And I look down, and I see shoes, and sure enough, somebody was still in there.
We're washing our hands, and Mike gives me the sign like,
somebody in there, and we start cracking up.
And we look, and I see dark shoes.
Heard my lecture. I ruined somebody's moment.
And now, Toya, the answer is, who was taking the giant BM?
Okay, Don. I didn't know who the guy was, so I ran up to Jimmy and Jeremy, and I was like, who's that guy right there? Steve Johnson.
Steve. Thank you, Toya. Thank you. Steve Johnson.
Hey, my friend.
Everybody's favorite.
Wow.
You see, because really, proper bathroom etiquette is...
Yeah, the courtesy flush.
If you're sitting there... Well, no, I mean, you're right about the courtesy flush.
Yeah.
But if you're sitting there taking a dump, and some guys walk in and they say, God, it smells like S in here, what you do is you say... Well, it smells like S in here,
right?
Because I'm taking it.
Now. You fess up. You don't sit there in petrified silence, hoping that perhaps no one would notice that we'd leave. No, because Don's smart enough to send a spy down there.
Let's see who it was. Yes, hello, Robbie.
I think he probably just didn't want to alienate his newest friend.
Okay. So it was Steve Johnson with his shiny, hard black shoes.
So there are two rules here. There are two things that we, that we should tell everyone when they go in there. Number one, you do the courtesy thing. So as soon as it hits the water, get rid of it. Because if you're going to sit there a while, like a lot of guys do, I do, and you just get rid of that stuff. And number two, if there are guys in there talking about it, immediately, especially if you work with
own up to it.
You just say, hey, knock it off. Hey, cut it out.
Hey, I'm in here.
Let me enjoy myself.
I'm giving birth in here.
Let me enjoy myself. Don't sit there and cower.
You don't say anything.
Really?
Jesus.
So these big Frankenstein shoes.
Go find out where Steve Johnson is from. Let me see if he's at it. Hold on, I'll just try to call him.
Okay, let's call him.
He's just asking him. How come he didn't say anything?
Let's see if he learned either of these lessons. We'll find out. We'll find out right now.
Our new friend, Steve Johnson.
So it was a big lunch, I'll tell you that.
Director of sports sales.
Well, that's going to be went out for lunch today.
There could have still been some weekend coming through.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so. Absolutely. Wasn't a Super Bowl, was it, this Sunday?
No.
Okay.
No, it wasn't.
You reached Steve Johnson with the Washington Redskins Radio Network. I'm away from my desk right now or out of the office, so please just leave your name, number, and a short message at the tone. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you need immediate assistance, please dial 0 for the operator.
Gonna leave him a message?
She will help you. Thank you, and have a great day.
I'll record your message at the tone. When you're finished, hang up or stay on the line for further options.
Okay.
You get to play it back.
I will, just a second. Give me a moment. Hold on, wait a second.
Thank you. If you'd like to add to your message, enter 1.
Sometimes I never get sick of.
I'm gonna blow a gasket here, man. Oh, this answering me. Oh, God, I'm coughing up a lung. Great.
Steve? Steve Arena?
Hello? Hello, anyone in there? Hello?
Okay, all right, that's enough for you.
Oh, my God.
You've given him enough.
I believe we delivered that. Oh, wow. Hello. That's enough.
Okay,
That'll be quite enough of that.
That's all right. That's not even funny anymore. Oh, come on now. Listen, let me take a call here.
Happy Monday. Yeah.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Don and Mike. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, honey.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. You know, we're talking to you while... No, we're talking to you while we're leaving a message for sales guy Steve Johnson. What is your name?
Here, Crystal Cox.
Crystal Cox.
Really? Oh, that's incredible.
That'd make a good porno name.
I bet it would.
Join Nikki Knockers and Crystal Cox.
Great name.
Crystal, you are calling because...
I wanted to go to the Ice House Beach House.
And Crystal, we have room for 3 more. I take it back. 2 more girls.
Right. 2 more?
2 more. So you are on the list. Are you available from this Friday until next Friday?
I sure am.
And how do you feel about your life being an open book?
That's fine with me.
Beautiful. Crystal, how old are you?
26.
Who's the celebrity?
I'm sorry?
Who's the celebrity that you most resemble?
They asked me that earlier. I can't really think of anybody for some reason.
Honey, you gotta have one.
Gotta have one.
Gotta have one.
Short brown hair, weigh about 120. Trying to think.
We've got time.
Go ahead.
We're just leaving a message.
3. I can't think of anybody that looks like that, though.
All right, well, are you cute?
Yeah.
All right, Crystal, you're in.
Thank you.
Hold on just a second, okay?
Uh-huh.
And would you like to leave a message for Steve Johnson?
That's okay.
Well, just say hi to him.
I'll have to leave a message. I'll say hi.
Just say hi, Steve.
Okie dokie.
Well, you're on his answering machine right now.
Hi, Steve.
Nice job.
Thank you. Hold on, Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me see if there's anybody else on the phone that wants to say hi to Steve.
Very good.
Hello, do you want to say hi to Steve?
Yeah, okay.
What's your name?
Rich.
Okay, go ahead. Say hi to him.
Hi, Steve. How's that? Got that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, who's this? Hello, Don and Mike. Hello, who's this?
Hello?
Yes, who is this?
Hey, it's Nathan.
Mason, want to say hi to Steve?
I would love to. Steve, how are you, my brother? Nice shoes.
Hello, Don and Mike show. Who is this?
Don and Mike, this is Jeff. How you guys doing?
Jeff, we're doing great. Say hi to Steve Johnson.
Hey, Steve, how you doing? Nice sounds. got a good story for you. My daughter had a slumber party.
Don't have time for a story. Just had time to say hi to Steve Johnson, CBS Employee of the Day.
I'll tell you right now. You know, since you pressed that number 1, get it, number 1, it's just unlimited, isn't it?
You want to say hi to Steve? Hello?
Yeah, Don and Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can say hi to Steve.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Steve? I hope you like those farts you're getting there, man.
There you go. Everybody's got a nice message.
Everybody's saying hi to Steve Johnson. Meanwhile, this is a nice 20-minute goddamn message left on his machine.
Absolutely.
And I believe the way the phone system works here, he's going to have to listen to it all the way to the end to delete
Before he has the options,
yes.
yes.
You can't just delete it out. You can't just hear who it is and delete. You've got to listen. And that's the problem. People just don't know how to listen. Hello, you want to say hi to Steve?
Hey, Steve, how you doing, buddy?
Who's this?
Nick from Wichita.
Nick from Wichita. They're checking in across America, Steve.
All the way out in Wichita.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Yeah, I'd like to say hi to Steve.
Who's this?
This is Brian from Sacramento.
All right.
Steve, wipe your ass.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hey, Don and Mike.
Hi, who's this?
This is Donnie from Bowie. I want to ask Steve, did he wash his hands?
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, I think
that's fine.
That's about
well, then fine.
That's about it. Hello? Hello? Oh, no. All right, well, the message has been sent. Message has been dropped.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve Johnson.
Oh, that was great.
Next time, simply say something.
Yes, speak up.
Simply
Speak out with it, son.
Okay, hold on. Then we got to do another break. Then I want to come back and give the Larry King thing and the Regis thing right after this.
Well, I have a microphone and you don't.
So you will listen to every damn word I have to say.
Having a beer, listening to the Don and Mike Show. True.
Now listen, we are going to run out of time because we're almost up to the Buzz News show today.
That's right.
We're going to run out of time to hear the tape of Dennis Murphy at the high school prom.
You'll hear all of that.
I promise we'll get to that in the first part of tomorrow's show.
Good.
We have audio, we have video,
good,
and we have pictures up on a secret website.
Very good.
And maybe where you can even download the movie of Dennis out on the prom day. We will do that on tomorrow's episode. Also tomorrow, Dude Walker. Thank God we're having some new bumpers done.
Fantastic.
That is on tomorrow's episode. Now, Regis Philbin will be calling any second. So before he calls, let me just point out this Larry King column.
Sure.
Lay King, hi. In today's USA Today. I don't know how a guy... you might as well just advertise... But listen, he puts a picture of his kid in the newspaper today.
Right.
And it's not a baby photo.
No.
It's a photo of little Chance Armstrong King.
It looks like really a picture that Larry would pose for. You know, the composition of it's a disturbing composition.
And the kid's got suspenders on.
Like Daddy.
And here's what he writes. This and that. In answer to many requests for an update on our son Chance, this is he, pictured in this corner, age 14 months.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you.
Do you believe I played a part in the creation of this wonder? You go, all right, well, you know what? Maybe he's just a proud father.
He's a proud daddy.
Now, here's where he loses it, though. Because he has to work in a plug for a movie, and he has to ask Kiss a Hollywood name. Listen
Absolutely.
to the next line. By the way, I'd like to point out, Chance, 14 months old. You know how old that is? That's 1 year and 2 months old.
You're not able to formulate an opinion of a movie and communicate it to an adult.
Right. By the way, Chance loved Dinosaur.
Well, and incidentally, 14 months, I'm not taking, because of what I've read, they say you're not supposed to take small kids to this movie because it's going to be a little too scary for them.
By the way, Chance loved Dinosaur.
You know what? He might be totally lying. speculate the kid might not have even gone to see Dinosaur.
He was riveted to the screen, as were his parents, when we joined Michael Eisner and others at the grand premiere in Hollywood last week.
There it is.
Dinosaur is dynamite.
Oh, God. It's just, so the entire picture of the sun, the entire leading up, you've asked many questions, is simply designed around a suckfest for Michael Eisner.
Yeah. Why not just write, hey, I went to see the movie Dinosaur,
right.
Or even I hear the movie Dinosaur is great.
But, he's got to get the name drop in there first.
Here we go. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm sorry. It's we got too many things lined up at the end of the show. And calling us now from New York is, I believe, TV's favorite son, Regis Philbin.
Hello?
Reg.
Don, are you there?
Regis.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
I'll tell you right now, I got a few bones to pick with the Emmy Awards.
Now, listen to this.
What's going on with those people?
All right, I'm reading right here, Regis, in the
love
newspaper.
of God. Hey, for Christ's sake, I'll tell you right now, I'm not a happy camper. I don't mind telling you, I'm not a happy camper. What are they doing to me?
It says Regis Philbin has caught the curse of Susan Lucci. At Friday's 27th TV Emmys for daytime shows.
Yeah, just put it over there. Just put it over on the table.
Who are you talking to?
Nobody. Go ahead.
Is that Michael?
Just read the...
Are you talking to Michael Gelman?
He's here with me. Michael's here with me. I was just telling him he got me a little cranberry juice, and he's putting it on the table for me. Go ahead, Don.
He just lost his 8th try for the trophy for Live with Regis and Kathy Lee.
You effing me.
But this is what's the funniest.
I tell you, a bunch of effers. They're all a bunch of effers.
They have a category.
They're chicken effers is what they are.
The Emmy Awards, they have a category for Best Game Show.
Best Game Show. Now, who would you figure would be the host that would win the Emmy Award after all this time, huh? Would it be me? The hottest show, Mr. Hot, the savior of ABC, or whatever?
Listen to this.
Yeah.
They split the award between two guys.
I can't tell you how horrified I was.
Bob Barker.
Yeah.
And Tom Bergeron.
Tom Bergeron. Tom who?
Tom Bergeron.
Tom who? Who the hell is he? I'll tell you, you know who he is? He's nobody. He's a little bitty bug. He's a germ compared to Philbin. He doesn't come close to Philbin. And I'll tell you right now, the only reason he's there is because he's camped out between Whoopi Goldberg's butt cheeks.
Right.
I'm so furious. And of course, Bob Barker. Okay, why don't we give a Phoebe Senior Citizen Award? I'm still a virile, vital man. Tom Bergeron isn't qualified to wipe my butt. Do you understand what I'm saying right now?
Who is qualified to wipe your butt? Is that person in the room with you right now?
Okay, you're a kidder. He's right over here. Hey, Michael. Don said you're not qualified to wipe my butt.
Oh, he said he is qualified.
So he said you are qualified to wipe my butt.
Does Michael Gelman ever wipe you?
Oh, hold on. Oh, somebody's upset. Somebody's sensibilities were offended. Hold on. I got to put the phone down first. He's upset.
Ask him.
You pissed him off. Hold on.
Does he ever really wipe you?
What? What did you say?
Does he ever really wipe you?
Oh, stop it. Come on now. You're going to make him more angry.
I know he dresses you.
You're going to make him more angry.
All right.
Hold on a second. Hey, Mike. All right. He didn't mean anything by it. He didn't mean anything. No, he didn't. Come on. Give me a kiss. All better.
All better?
It's all better. Are you kidding me? Oh, I'll tell you right now. What the hell is going on with these Emmy Awards? I'm furious. I'm looking through the printout here that says, well, then fine. Winners of the 27th, you got Rosie O'Donnell, the big mouth and the big ass. She won the talk show. The talk show host, Rosie O'Donnell. I mean, can they kiss any more ass here? What about me? For God's sakes, I've been toiling in the trenches, living in obscurity, working with the bitch of the year for all these years. Do they give me any recognition? Of course they don't.
You know what?
They better remember who they're talking about.
Regis
effing Philbin.
Regis?
Yeah.
You tell Michael to come over and rub your shoulders right now.
I'm stressed out. He'll do that.
No, you sound stressed. You haven't.
All right, hold on.
Are you wearing a shirt right now, Regis?
I'm wearing a tank top.
Take it off.
I'm wearing it's not a tank top. It's the one, those jerseys that they make with the sleeves cut out. I'm wearing that right now. You want me to slip out of that?
Take it off.
All right, I got to put the phone down.
Take it off.
You want Michael to come over and give me a shoulder rub?
Yes. He sounds very stressed.
Michael, come on over here. I'm going to take my shirt off. Hold on. Okay. Let me take the shirt off. They want you to come over and rub my shoulder.
Now get back on the phone while he's rubbing your shoulder.
Here he comes. You want to talk? He doesn't want to talk. The guy doesn't want to talk.
Put Michael on. Tell him I didn't mean
All right. Hey, talk to Don.
Tell him I didn't mean the thing about wiping your ass.
Talk to Don. Come on. Don't shake your head at me. Talk to the radio guy. The radio guy. Talk to him. All right. Here he comes.
Does he know we're on NEW now?
Hello?
Hello? Michael Gelman?
Yes.
Michael, Don Geronimo, Don and Mike Show.
Hi, Don. How are you?
Do you dress Regis?
I'm not comfortable with these questions. I'm really not comfortable with these questions. Why do you have to always do that? I'm just here. We're helping him. We're trying to pick out people that will be hosts for, the upcoming show.
Do you love Regis?
Well, I love him as much as any people that work together. Yes, I do love it. Yeah.
Is he shirtless right now?
Yes, he took his shirt off. I don't know why. Did you ask him to?
Because I told him...
Did you ask him to take his shirt off?
I thought he needed a shoulder rub.
You want me to give him a shoulder rub?
Have you given him shoulder rubs before?
I don't understand why that's relevant.
Have you?
I don't understand why you want me to answer that. You want to know? Yes.
Okay. Then I want you to give him one now. He sounded very stressed out.
They want me to give you a shoulder rub. Well, give me a shoulder rub. All right. You want me to do that right now?
Yeah, and then put Regis back on.
All right, I'm going to give him a shoulder rub. I'll put Regis back.
I want to hear how more relaxed he gets.
All right. He didn't want to talk to you. He thinks you're vulgar, and he thinks you're nasty, and he doesn't want to go on the air with you. So he gets on and says, "Oh boy, oh there we are. There's the spot. He's rubbing my shoulders right now.
Now,
He's rubbing my shoulders down there.
Reed, here's what I want you to do.
Yeah, all right.
Don't you have that spot right down by your coccyx?
Oh, yeah, you mean right down by my tailbone?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's always a little deal. I got my sciatica down there.
Why don't
you? That pain radiates out of my upper leg and right into the buttock. Right down into the left buttock. That's where my sciatica.
Why don't you just slip off those Adidas shorts and let...
All right. Oh, man. And then, Michael, he wants you to rub my buttock. Come on, where my sciatica is. I don't want to do that. I want you to do it. Come on. I'm uptight. I'm about to Emmy Awards. Just do that for me. All right. Okay, my pants and my shorts are off. My pants and my underwear. You want me to lie down?
Yeah, lie down.
Right, hold on. He wants me to lie down, but he wants you to rub my buttock. All right, I'm stretched out now on the sofa. It's not good for my back. It hurts actually because my stomach is bending into the sofa, but Michael's going to start. He said he wants to start on the back of my thigh.
Right now,
working up.
Is he rubbing you now?
Hold on. Wait, start on the back of my thigh. Go on, start on the back of my thigh. Right there. There you go. Okay. All right. Can I just keep the phone here for a second?
Yeah.
All right. There you go. How's that? That's better. That's better. Yeah, that's great. Hold on. Oh, God. All right. Oh. That's better. He's getting up to my sciatica. Now, Don, can you hear me?
Now, is he massaging your buttocks now?
Not exactly.
Oh.
Hold on a second. I gotta move just a little bit to my right.
Regis? Ask Michael if he'll give you a check for prostate cancer.
Hey, now, come on now. That's not the kind of show you do, is it?
Yes, it is.
He's just giving me a good rub down. Hold on, let me just... That's good.
Ask him to check your prostate.
Check my prostate. He's not smiling. He's not laughing at you, funny man.
Is he doing it, though?
I'm not telling. Maybe. All right, but he's got to tell you, all my stress is gone. Who cares about the Emmys?
Hey,
I don't care about them at all. I love the Emmy Award.
There's a go.
Congratulations, Rosie.
And who else do you love besides the Emmys?
What?
Who else do you love besides the Emmys?
Who else do I love besides the Emmys? I love Michael Gelman. Okay, all done. All done. He said he's done. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you. Get me a towel. Give me a towel. Oh, that warm gosh, goodness have it to us. Stop tickling me.
Okay, where are you doing?
Oh, God.
Regis.
Hi. Who's this?
This is Don.
Oh, how are you, Don? Are you going to watch Millionaire this week?
Oh, yeah.
Attaboy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now you're talking. You're hot. Hey, you and
Mike?
Yeah, whatever. Hey, you guys are super hot, and you keep it up. We're all talking about you up in New York City.
Thank you, Reed.
You're the talk of the town.
Thank you.
You're the cotton-picking talk of the town. I don't mind telling you.
Thank you, Reed.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, goodbye.
Bye-bye. Oh, God, that was great. He didn't even know what you were really doing. He thought you were rubbing me down. He thought you were giving me a back rub. I don't think they heard anything. Oh, God, you're the greatest. Give us a kiss. All right. I love you. God, I love you. I love you more than my wife, George. You're the greatest producer. And you're the greatest brother. Okay.
He had no idea. He had no idea that the phone was off the hook there at the very end. Regis and Michael Gelman.
He always forgets that.
Very close relationship they have.
I don't understand that relationship, frankly.
We don't have a relationship like that with our producer, Charles Broyhill.
Never have.
I can't tell you the last time he came in to massage our buttocks during the show.
Just refuses to do that, even though we keep asking and asking.
All right, it's time for the news and comments now.
Yes.
In a world where owning a radio was strictly forbidden, one man found a way to bring good news to his people.
Buzz.
He made it up.
And Buzz, what is the first made-up story you have on news and comments?
Well, this isn't made up. It's very serious, actually. Scientists cross a goat with a spider.
Oh, beautiful, everybody. Stay tuned, please.
Wow. Stay tuned for news and comments.
News and comments.
Coming up. The Don and Mike Show.
On the Don and Mike Show. That was very
professional.
Phil, it's the Don and Mike Show.
May I have your attention, please?
All right, here is the real Slim Shady. Guy Birdley. Hello, Buzz.
Hi, Don and Mike. So, what do you get when you cross a goat with a spider?
Stand up.
Goat webs. The Canadian scientists implanted spider genes into a herd of goats. That is creepy. It's true. And they say the goats now produce silky strands in their milk that can be used for surgical sutures and such.
That is so it's right out of some kind of horror movie.
It is, and it's real. The silk can be used to repair tendons, ligaments, bones, and eyes. Companies like DuPont and 3M have been trying for years to create such a product synthetically, but with no luck.
Spider-Man.
Right.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can, Daddy. Okay, that's enough, thank you.
There's even talk of using the silk to replace Kevlar and for things like covering domed sports stadiums.
Yeah, but don't you think eventually you're going to have one of those goats that's going to turn into like a biting, stinging, eight-legged creature, creepy with horns and fangs?
If it happens, you'll hear it here first. The founder of Herbalife is dead at the age of 44.
The founder of Herbalife first.
I don't. I just hate all the goddamn bumper stickers. Mark, really do ask me about Herbalife.
Yes, you see that everywhere.
I was on Herbalife, about 25 diets ago.
Really, it's good that you stopped, maybe.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Did he die because of his diet?
I don't know. We don't know yet.
Really?
I don't know.
Yeah, Rob, were you on it ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks.
You know what? I didn't even know that's what it was. It's a diet.
Oh, it's a diet.
I just know it's something annoying that I see on bumper stickers. I thought it was something like Amway or something like that.
Well, I think it is kind of sold the same way.
Yeah, weight management and nutrition, and it's sold very much like Amway, and we won't know what really killed him until the autopsy.
What, the guy's dead?
Mark Reynolds Hughes was the head of a company that sold over $800 million worth of nutrition and weight management products every year, and yes, he's dead at the age of 44. 44. He was found dead in his Malibu mansion. The sheriff's office says natural causes.
Wow, that can't be good for sales of the product.
It's not a good commercial for Herbalife.
Can't be good.
Sure, but I think the fanfare helps.
Let me ask this man. Did you take Herbalife?
Time goes on.
Oh.
Did you take Herbalife?
Where did you get that nickname?
Stop evading the question. Answer Don's question. Did you take Herbalife?
And did Herbalife kill you, Jack Kent Cook?
Never a tremor of doubt in my mind.
That's what killed him.
You have your answer.
Herbalife.
Almost.
Almost.
I don't think it's almost.
One of the finest men I've ever known.
Oh, I guess he's talking about the founder of Herbalife.
The dead guy.
Sure.
I was quivering and shaking.
Oh, I hope not.
When you took the Herbalife?
Not a good
Yeah.
Yeah. There it
Okay,
is.
thank you. A committee of the Arkansas Supreme Court is recommending that President Clinton be disbarred. The committee points to what it calls serious misconduct in the Paula Jones sexual harassment case. A majority of the six committee members say that the president should be disciplined for giving false testimony about his relationship with Monica Lewinsky. The president hasn't practiced law in 20 years, but his lawyer says they'll vigorously dispute the committee's recommendation. Playboy won a battle at the U.S. Supreme Court today. Yes.
downstairs getting a workout. What was the battle, Buzz?
Well, even though Playboy TV is a pay channel that you don't get unless you order it, a 4-year-old federal law required it to either be blocked entirely from a subscriber or carried only in late night.
Absolutely. It was very constraining to have the restrictions, so we took it to the Supreme Court.
Exactly.
I appeared at the Supreme Court with my twin bunnies on either arm, and of course my famous comb-over and my silk pajamas.
Well, Playboy argued that it was too many restrictions and an infringement on free speech. The government argued it was necessary to protect kids. The Justice Department pointed out that sometimes, and you've seen this happen, the scrambled channel gets accidentally unscrambled.
Yeah, but on Playboy, it's like the weakest of the possible porno channels.
You're right. We are in tasteful nudity. We have, all the women are very attractive, and we don't have any explicit porno.
Right. They're all like on big haystacks where they're playing modern-age music behind them.
However, if you'd like to come to the mansion and visit me in the grotto, we'll have something perhaps a little more explicit for you. Something to wrap your tonsils around.
Well, the Supreme Court listened to all of this and sided with Playboy.
Okay, time out, Buzz. We'll get more news and more comment when we come right back.
Thank you, Donald.
Is that right, Hef?
Of course it is, Don.
Their experience. They've struck tease. Don and Mike.
We sure have.
Oh, yes.
Hi, Buzz.
Hi, Don and Mike. They aren't real airplanes. They're ghosts. In Chicago, they're studying the radar screens at O'Hare International Airport. The radar keeps seeing airplanes that aren't really there. There has been...
You find it annoying I'm playing the Kid Rock this loud behind you?
I find it appropriately dramatic.
No Rogaine in the propane flow!
Yeah. I like Kid Rock. No idea what he's singing about.
Who knows? But
he sounds angry. Happy to be angry.
Yeah.
What?
I said he sounds happy to be angry.
What?
He sounds happy to be angry. Thank you. Hey, John. Yes. Is this Kid Rock? This is Kid Rock, Mike. Hey, good looking. We'll be back to pick you up later.
All right, sorry. That's a little too heavy for Buzz's news.
AC/DC and ZZ Top. I heard that.
I should have gone with something like Britney Spears.
Yes.
Something light and airy to get us back.
Oops, I did it again.
Hold on. Let me see if that gives you a better lead-in, Buzz.
Okay, all right.
Hold on a second.
So it's something for ghost airplane.
Okay. Well, this Britney Spears is just gay enough. Hold on, let me see. And now, here's Buzz.
They aren't real airplanes, they're ghosts showing up on the radar screens at O'Hare in Chicago. There have been over a dozen false echoes in the past few weeks. Sometimes it's caused pilots to make sudden sharp turns for no reason.
See, that mixes much better with Buzz's pacing there. Absolutely.
Theories include images from other airports' radar and construction towers and cranes that project into the radar's path. It's apparently legal now to take pictures of naked people on the streets of New York City.
Just let me know when you want me to turn the music off.
I enjoy it. I can work with music. A federal appeals court ruled Friday that a photographer has the First Amendment right.
God, it's too annoying. I can't do it.
I gave Don a look like, all right, I want to play it.
I was just doing it to bother you, Buzz, that's all.
Well, it didn't work.
I know. You're so goddamn unflappable.
Easy going me, that's me.
You are, Buzz.
He has the First Amendment right, these photographers, to take pictures of naked people on the streets of New York, according to a court.
You mean can people get naked on the streets of New York?
Apparently so. They did before, and only the photographer was arrested.
I remember this. Was this a big group shot?
Right, last year. Actually, this guy's done this several times. Spencer Tunick is his name. He was arrested for gathering 100 nude people in Manhattan one morning last July.
I saw that photograph. Too.
Right. They're great pictures. The city argued that public nudity is against the law. The court took the side of free expression, though. No word if the city will appeal, but the photographer's lawyer calls this a victory over Mayor Giuliani. Tunick says he's already inviting people for his next nude photo shoot.
You know who's all for that? This whole big public nudity thing.
Hi there. Attention, students. Hi, this is Surf from WJFK, wishing Frederick Douglass High School class of 1993 Congratulations, and have a wonderful, wonderful grad night.
Wasn't that him on the front row in that picture?
Yeah, he's naked.
It was, except for his clogs.
That's what gave him away.
His hair plugs.
His orange fingers.
Mr. Whitney Houston will have to stay in jail a while longer.
Yeah.
Today in Florida, a judge ordered that Bobby Brown be held until his hearing comes up late next month. He's accused of breaking parole on a DUI conviction. The judge says he considers Bobby Brown a flight risk.
Yeah.
Yeah. After the hearing, Brown turned to his lawyer and said, "It's not fair, man. It's not fair." Wife Whitney Houston wasn't at the hearing.
Oh. Buzz, hold on.
All right.
Newsmaker on the phone. Hello.
Hey, Guy, hey, Mike, how you doing?
Dennis, we will play the tape of you going to the girls' prom on tomorrow's episode.
Okay. Hey, Don, hey, Buzz, I was going for you.
Oh, good, Dennis. What is it?
Could you let the story about the lion taking the woman's arm off yet?
I have that story. I'm familiar with that story,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, you're going to say it, right?
What was that in the background, Dennis? Who's there?
No, I'm at my part-time job.
It's a story about a lion that ate somebody's arm off?
Yeah, a woman, it was a trainer that put her arm inside the cage, and she was saying, "Hey, look at it, buddy, this lion is nice, how you doing?" And the next thing you know, the lion took the arm off.
See, Dennis,
clean off.
Dennis can relate to this since Dennis is missing one of his forearms and one of his hands.
So, Dennis, you're at your part-time job. You mean you're up in the air traffic control tower now?
Oh, yeah.
All right, thank you, Dennis.
Okay, so call you early tomorrow morning?
Yes, call me early tomorrow morning.
No,
that's 7 a.m.
No, call when you hear the tape. It'll be in the beginning part of the show tomorrow.
Okay, hey, Mike.
Yes, Dennis.
Thank you so much for everything.
Oh, Dennis, right back at you.
And, guess who I saw Saturday night?
Who?
Alan Reinwald.
Really?
Wow.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Our much beleaguered general manager. Did you refer to him as Bill Belichick?
No, I saw Alan at the Palm restaurant. I said, "Hey, where's your $10,000 suit at?" Because he was dressed very casual.
Anyone who ever sees our general manager of WJFK-FM in Washington, D.C. should refer to Alan as Coach Belichick. That's his official nickname we've given him.
And he doesn't look like Belichick.
No, he doesn't. But thank you, Dennis. Actually, it looks like that guy who just got beat by the Knicks. He looks more like Pat Riley.
Yes, he does.
Okay, I'll call you tomorrow.
All right, goodbye.
Thank you, Don.
You're welcome, Dennis.
Buzz?
Yes, Dennis.
Please continue.
Why, thank you.
Bye, Dennis.
You know, I was going to ask what his part-time job was, but I didn't really want to.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Something was going on there. Something loud.
Yeah.
The battle continues between rap star Eminem and teen pop star Christina Aguilera. Christina started it, slamming Eminem for using dirty words in his recordings. Those were her words.
I'm Slim Shady.
He fought back in his song Slim Shady by saying that she gave him and Carson Daly oral sex.
Great song, even greater video. It really is.
Tonight, Eminem unveiled his new album at a New York nightclub, and the New York Post says he has ordered life-sized dolls of Aguilera, Britney Spears, and NSYNC to be hung from the ceiling by nooses.
Wow.
Fantastic.
That's quite a war.
That's excellent. Buzz, hold on. I'm sorry that Dennis Murphy ate up so much of your time.
Yeah.
We will be back with another full segment of news and comment right after this. FH.
At the next stoplight, take yours out and look at it.
It's Cutty Ripping, the Don and Mike Show.
Buzz, hold on. I think we have a caller from New York.
Okay.
As you know, we're on tape delay in New York. It's very confusing because every night, right around this time, when we're going off the air, that's when the show starts in New York. We get like 1 million calls.
Right.
Let me see. Hello, who's this?
Yeah, how you doing? This is Bobby from Staten Island.
Hi, Bobby. Oh, I thought you might be Steve Kushner. There's a guy named Steve Kushner.
Big fan of the show.
Is the biggest fan of this show in New York. If anybody in New York knows this guy named Steve Kushner, he listens to this show every day. He's obsessing on this show every day.
Wouldn't it be safe to say that Steve Kushner is the biggest fan of this show in New York City?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
He loves it.
Hi, Steve.
He absolutely loves it. But this is not Steve Kushner.
No, this is Bobby. I think you guys are great, number one. And I'd like to play the secret sound.
Yes, Bobby.
All right, Bobby from Staten Island.
You know, it's been a couple hours since we've given somebody from New York a shot at the $500.
That's right.
No build-up, Bobby. We'll just play you the sound and you give us a guess, okay?
All right.
All right, here you go, Bobby, for $500. What is that?
Is it the sound of the cassette button, the eject button on the cassette recorder?
No.
We're sorry.
No, but thank you for calling, Bobby.
Thanks a lot. You guys are great.
Thank you, my friend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
One of these days, it's going to be Steve Kushner on the phone.
Yeah, he'd love to win the Secret Sound Contest because he's such a big fan of the show.
Big fan of the show.
Listens every night.
That's great.
Even though he's a big fan, he's kind of threatened by the show.
Huh.
Well, I don't know why that is.
Why would that be?
I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is that there's a whole bunch of guys who are friends of Steve Kushner's who listen to the show every night, and they're very threatened by it.
Oh, okay.
Somebody told me that they're not just regular guys, that maybe they work in the radio business.
Oh, that's it.
Have you ever heard of a guy named Steve Kushner?
Not in my career.
Me either.
No, Steve Kushner.
I don't know who he is. Okay, Buzz, that's just something I heard today.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, I had a phone message a couple of weeks ago from a guy named Steve Kingston, who's the program director at K-Rock in New York.
Yeah.
But I don't think it could be the same guy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just somebody told me that there's a guy named Steve Kushner who's obsessing on this show.
Every single day.
Yeah. Who's done like some type of research project or something and has found out that the research is showing that our show's starting to catch on in New York.
Interesting. Boy, that is obsessing.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's concerned about it. Why? I don't know why he'd be concerned about it. This guy, Steve Kushner.
Kind of driving him nuts, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I could see it driving this guy, Steve Kingston, crazy. Because this guy, Steve Kingston, is the program director of the competing station.
But to the best of your knowledge, this Steve Kushner, he doesn't have anything to do with the radio business.
No. But I've heard both guys are really obsessing on the show.
Oh, okay.
Both Steve Kingston and Steve Kushner.
Well, a lot of people obsess on the show.
I guess so.
That's for sure.
Whatever.
MTV comedian Tom Green holds up a vial of his own semen for the cameras tomorrow night.
All right.
It's his cancer special in which he talks about his recent surgery to remove a cancerous testicle.
And you know what sucks about this? The fact that MTV is not programming this. They're not promoting this.
Right.
It's Tom Green's cancer special. They're just saying tomorrow night at 10, it's Tom Green's special.
Because they're afraid.
Yeah.
And they're our company now. You know, we can actually
Viacom.
That's right. We're brothers in arms.
And there'll be a warning at the beginning of the show, but actually the MTV censors were very relaxed about what they allowed through on this special. Tom will also show the surgery to remove his lymph nodes to which the cancer had spread.
Wow.
There'll be other queasy moments as well. To raise awareness about testicular cancer, Green will also sing a song that urges young men to check their testicles for abnormalities.
There's a clip from the MTV special.
There's Tom having the surgery.
The surgery may make you a little queasy.
There we go.
I understand that Steve Kushner couldn't have that surgery.
Really?
He has no balls.
Oh, that's a nasty ending there.
So he urges young men, Tom Green does in his song, to check themselves. He uses the street lingo to check your testicles.
What, to feel yourself up?
And the song includes the words feel, squeeze, tease, and please. Just to give you an idea what you're in for.
That's great.
Milton Berle is suing NBC for over $30 million.
Hello. Hello. It's Uncle Milty. Didn't know I did that much.
Wow, that's great. I didn't know you had that in your repertoire.
Thank you very much. Hello, it's Uncle Milty.
He says the network lost or gave away 133 episodes of his pioneering Milton Berle show.
They gave it all away.
It was that show that prompted millions of people to run out and buy TVs in the 1950s.
Hello, Buzz.
Hi, Uncle Milty.
How are you doing?
I'm well. How about you?
They gave everything away.
Yes, they did.
I'm old now.
So it appears.
Got a giant schlong.
That's what I hear.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you.
It was selling all those TVs. That's how he got the nickname Mr. Television. Of the 180 episodes, the bitter Berle says 133 of them appear to be gone. He found that out last year when he asked NBC for copies he could sell through an infomercial.
How many copies?
You see what I heard about this guy, Kingston?
You mean Kushner?
No, I mean Kingston.
I heard they're the same guy.
Well, that's news to me.
I swear to God.
What I heard was that this guy, whatever his name is,
that
he's so threatened by the fact that our show is now on in New York.
Why would he be threatened?
Well, because he runs a competing radio station.
Oh, I understand.
Now, what he's doing is he's taking disc jockeys from his nighttime show.
Nighttime show.
Who suck.
Yeah.
Because they're on against us.
Of course.
And he's forcing the morning disc jockey to put them on the morning disc jockey show so that the morning disc jockey will expose them.
Give them a little leg up.
Yes, and hoping that people will listen to the nighttime show because the morning disc jockeys had that.
Oh, of course. Well, that's not going to work.
I know that's not going to work, Uncle.
It's going to be an exercise in futility.
I know it is.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I've heard. But you heard they're the same guy.
That's what I just heard a rumor.
Steve Kingston and Steve Kushner are the same guy?
A tiny rumor. I could be totally wrong.
Did you hear about his nose job?
No, I didn't hear about that at all.
That's a rumor, too.
Boy, could I use one of those. But I've got a big schlong. Thank you.
The Fat New Friends contract aside, this has not been a great month for Matthew Perry.
Hey, Milton?
Yes, Don?
Buzz loved your joke book.
Oh, thank you.
It was very handy.
Did you use it for the teacher?
I used a couple of jokes, and I used the section that teaches how to give a roast speech.
Give a roast speech. I've done a lot of roasts.
Yeah,
good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
When are you going to bring that tape in so we can hear you roasting that teacher?
As soon as I get the tape back. I'm still waiting
for
it to be mailed back to me.
From the teacher?
Yes, from the teacher.
Well, good for you.
Thank you.
Good for you.
Thanks again for the help.
Uncle Milty says thank you.
The Fat New Friends contract aside, bad month for Matthew Perry. After 2 weeks in the hospital for a mysterious illness, he wrecked his car yesterday.
Oh, what a silly fool.
Police say the 30-year-old drove his Porsche onto a front porch after swerving to miss another car. They say there's no evidence of drug or alcohol use.
Live and learn.
Perry's publicist contacted reporters when he was first hospitalized to try to head off rumors he was having a drug problem again. He'd been in rehab once before for a prescription pill problem. The nature of Perry's recent illness has not been explained, and his publicist won't even say what day he was released from the hospital.
You know what'll help him?
What?
Get him a hookup.
I heard Steve Kushner's thinking about driving his car off the road.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's so obsessed with your show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Good. Try not to sound too much like Larry King.
One more, Buzzy.
If you think Drew Barrymore's been embarrassed enough recently by her mother's antics, wait till she sees this. Drew's mother, Jade, has written a book in which she talks about her alleged sexual encounters with Jim Morrison, Jackson Brown, James Taylor, and Kiefer Sutherland. Drew's mom says Sean Penn taught her how to kiss, and that she was hit on by Kevin Costner. She also claims Warren Beatty tried to get Drew and her mother into a three-way.
Did you ever have her, Buzz?
No, I didn't have the pleasure of meeting Jade Barrymore.
Jade Barrymore.
J-A-I-D. Jade
yeah, of
Barrymore.
course. Of course.
Gross. Just got Jade.
Drew's 53-year-old mom was arrested last week on a gun charge while other celebrity mothers were in the Million Mom March to, among other things, stage a demonstration against guns.
And we thank you, Buzz. Right. For the news and the comments, toe-tapping touch tones. Right there, time for a Call 100 and a prize package we have selected especially for you. Be the 100th person to call right now. Lisa the Nympho or Toya Swallows.
Oh, nice name.
Phone number standing by at 877-365-3636.
Hello?
WKFE. You've got bad breath, Buzz. Bad breath.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I do. I forgot.
This is the story of a girl.
Helping you to understand comedy.
Right.
Don and Mike.
We want to thank Leah Remini, King of Queens. Final episode of the year is on tonight, 8/7 Central on CBS.
Watch it, won't you?
Also, thanks to Michelle the Whore, who works for Leah, for calling in today, and also Matt Elliott from the Fox NFL Europe.
And his kilt.
Tomorrow, Dennis Murphy at the Palm.
Yeah.
Dennis Murphy at the prom. Dennis Murphy after the prom.
Yay!
You'll hear it. You'll see it all on tomorrow's show. We'll have a web simulcast. Also tomorrow, Dude Walker. Now, back to Buzz Burbank.
In sports, the Trailblazers are in Los Angeles for Game 2 of the Western Conference Final tonight. The Lakers won the first game Saturday.
Go Blazers!
And after squeaking by Miami over the weekend, the Knicks open the best-of-7 Eastern Conference Final tomorrow against the Pacers at Indianapolis.
Go Knicks! I love that. I really, and not because we're on in New York now, because for some reason, Pat Riley is just a big prick. And he comes out with this pretty hair and his $1,000 suits and all of his rings. And you've got Jeff Van Gundy from the Knicks, who looks like he just crawled out of some guy's dung. You know,
I thought you loved Pat Riley.
Soured on him, Mike.
You turned on him.
Soured on him.
Somewhere along the line, you turned on him.
You know, Van Gundy is a guy who, well, listen, he drives a 95 Honda.
You used to drive it, yeah.
Looks like a goddamn Undertaker. He's got the big bags under his eyes. You know, he's up there against the pretty boy of all pretty boys. I just find myself rooting for the underdog.
Good.
For Van Gundy.
Van Gundy!
Van Gundy. Yeah, Bundy.
Sounds like Bundy.
The Philadelphia Flyers are up 3-1 on the New Jersey Devils in the race for the Stanley Cup Finals, and tonight's game is in Philly. Finally, this never would have happened if Don Geronimo was the king.
What?
In Garden City, Kansas, a 75-year-old woman blew her driving test, big time, when she backed over the examiner. And since the car door was still open, it hit another car. The damage was slight to the cars and the examiner, I'm pleased to say. The woman, though, demanded that she be allowed to take the test anyway to get her license renewed. The DMV people told her to come back some other day.
Not when I'm king.
Right. I'm Buzz Burbank.
Except for that exemption.
For your mom.
On the Don and Mike Show.
The only driving she'd be doing is in a box.
No, Buzz, he wasn't talking about my mom.
No, I meant the woman in the store, of course. Right. She'd be driving in a box with no wheels on it. Enjoy your trip.
You sleep.
Call 100 right now. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
I'm caller 100.
Right, yes, you are. And what is your name?
John.
Johnny, where are you from?
Springfield.
John, you won the 6 cents prize pack. Everybody order the 6 cents tonight from Cox Cable in Demand. Call 378-8888 now to order, but wait, there's more. Johnny, buddy, you've qualified for Friday's grand prize. The wonderful Tammy Sachs has come up this week with a trip for two to Salt Lake City, Utah for the Sundance Film Festival. Trip includes round-trip air, 3 nights hotel accommodations, and tickets to films during the festival. Remember, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, winner of 4 Academy Awards, is now available in a remastered format on sale at video stores everywhere. You are registered for the trip on Friday. Good luck, my friend.
Thank you very much.
You are very welcome. Thank you, John.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, please.
Oh, it's a very enthusiastic John.
All right, that's it. We got to go.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow with a new episode. We will see you then. Thank you and good night, Buzz.
Thank you and good night, Don.
Thank you. Good night, Mike.
Thank you. Good night, Don.
Robbie. Sid, please. Sid, throw your beret in the air just like Sydney Tyler Moore.
Here we go. I'm so sorry that happened.
Buzz, I would
Yes.
never say this late in the show.
Yes?
Is that a Diet Cherry Coke can behind you?
Why, yes it is.
You bastard.
You won me over, man.
It's from my stash.
Oh, no, it isn't. No.
Oh, you brought it in from home?
No, I buy them now and drink them just like you.
Johnny's selfish.
Way to go. Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, Rob told me we'd run out. Hold on, Mike has a message.
A public service announcement.
And Buzz, you know what's soon to be sponsored? Somebody told me today that they have a client ready to sign a 1-year contract.
Yeah!
To sponsor our Farts on this show.
That's a proud sponsor.
So you mean you didn't heist that Diet Cherry Coke from my supply
Absolutely not.
upstairs?
Scout's honor.
All right, thank you. Then enjoy it. Bogart it.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
So long, everybody.
That's it. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Till we meet again, this is Sammy Davis Jr. saying, be kind, be nice, and I hope the next performer